personally, I've gone past the point coach departing from clubs, sacking, all of those things.
Very normal.
Yeah, saying Thomas Tuchel and shocking me. Even Maresca can't shock me. So I was not surprised. But Nhyira, Xabi Alonso, yeah, very interesting is the fact that for me, I saw it coming. And I think that is the thing with Football Club Real Madrid. Which Madrid team, you know, they be a say football teams, sporting directors, all of those things. No, there is a plan. Oko team, there's a structure, but every team is slightly different. Barcelona with distinct style of play, Sane a distinct style of play, no, or yet Nejuma, who your coach now, but you have to play in that way. No matter who you are, you have to play in that way. If you go to Madrid are an arrogant bunch. Madrid is a very arrogant team. And you have the money. They believe that they don't particularly have to bring in players from Castilla de Bia. They have the money to go also to go and Spain and bring the best players. And it is it's about the management of the players. Which somewhere around a month or so ago, during the Champions League, Gareth Bale went to CBS on a Champions League conversation, and he was asked, Argentina, the games, the number of games that Xabi Alonso about on the league log, just 4 points off Barcelona, but there is a lot of talk about around Xabi Alonso's future. And I say, you see, being a coach at Bayern for Leverkusen is different from being a coach at Barcelona, at Real Madrid. And all pushing beside Argentina. And I'll say at Madrid, a 90% players, 10% coach. Now, what does it mean by 90% players, 10% coach? No, but what Chene say, because Madrid buys the best of the players, make sure you manage the egos, the personal lives, the decisions of the players, a lot of things, you manage them. So if you manage them well or you don't manage them well, it also has to go hand in hand with results. Into OCU, you don't think Rodrigo Goes offers more to the team. You put him on the bench. The more the team loses, the more Madrid feels like you're not managing the players well. So this is a game where make a Kobono Vini Jr. SM switch kakra. Now me born in this area. The more the team wins, the more people feel like you're managing the team well. Okay, may you Vinicius Jr. film 68 minutes because that's what the team wanted. The more the team wins, the more people feel like we are doing the right thing and Vini next we win the film on Yadi and saying. But the team consistently begins to lose, you're in trouble. I send it to Xabi Alonso. He lost to Barcelona as the biggest margin in terms of loss ever in the history and El Clasico for Xabi Alonso. For me, that was the point I began to feel like, because of the arrogance, how Madrid perceive themselves. You see, people don't understand the history of Real Madrid and the intertwined history of both clubs. Baby Amaka, for the Catalans, they feel like they are being oppressed by the real Spanish people. For Madrid, that's why they call it the King's Club. We are the big people. They are in the capital of Spain, in Madrid. They are the creme de la creme. They are the big boys. Was Barcelona always struggling? For play for academy, let's bring Catalan boy that will fight for us. So Barcelona is a consistent, continuous underdog story. Whilst Madrid is a perennial success and winning story. It is a no that for me to me in inside but no so left, right, center, edge super cup, you feel the same. And in the league, and you are still there are issues between you and the players, and they feel like you're not a guy.
And it's not like a mom result. A mom result.
Yeah. Oh yes.
In the Champions League, there be as well the custodians of the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
Na Akoto Kylian Mbappe. Yes, we are seeing na ope players are more talent, special talent. I come for them free PSG in Nabrel.
Yeah.
You have big players, creme de la cremes. Yeah, the end say, competition be a bit room piano. We need to win it.
Yeah.
And the attackers and yes, whom much is given, much is expected.
Well, you see, I have a problem a little bit with Madrid's recruitment and how I've said, am I explaining how Madrid in terms of recruitment. I think that in the last 2 seasons, it is not a coincidence. Nhyira in the last bare decade, when you talk of Madrid's most successful players, they are not the best tacticians. They are not the best tacticians. Zinedine Zidane and then Carlo Ancelotti. They were playing the diamond, whatever, 4-1-2-1-2. You see, Rich, certain tactics, it gets the best out of the players. It's the reason why for Pep Guardiola, he will play in a particular structure that you, the player, will conform to the structure. It's Savinho. Or seeing the wingers have to keep their width. It's as simple as that. On personal transitional mobile, keep their width. Maresca, let his wing fullback invert into the middle of the park. That's what he wants. Hansi, he keeps the weight with Alejandro Balde. Rafinha comes inside. Rafinha is not a natural left-footed player in that area. Only left winger. But the structure is getting something out of him. That's how he plays. But because Madrid buys the best of players, the two best coaches in the last decade for Madrid, Zidane, who played in 8 finals and won 08, and the story of Carlo Ancelotti, those two managers, they were the top managers. You remember the story of how everybody, what free Carlo Ancelotti Asimba will come and tell you that he's an excellent man. Oh, hey, Carlo is a brilliant person. Stories of how Oba and Carlo is there. Ne papa, ne bano, he put his son around. Vinny Jr. said it several times. Say, when you Carlo as a father to guide him, maybe he would have struggled. And it's the reason why, even for Brazil, he's looking for a new manager to go to the World Cup. They've got some of the best technicians and tacticians in Brazil for the last few years. But then there are a lot of high-end talent. Oh, Brazil team. So let's bring in a man manager. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean a man manager onim tactics one as on your tactics crowd. But Obia on a specialty. He focuses more on it. But Carlo Ancelotti has said in interviews before, say if you restrict the players too much, you don't get the best out of them. Into more structure, Gina left, J10, receiving ball, you don't get the best out of them. He says that let the players control the game. Your job as a coach is to manage them. That's his school of thought. It's same for Zinedine Zidane. He learned as an assistant from Carlo, stayed in that dressing room, knew that Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, all of these big names, I need to manage the egos. Into Onimionene Spanish, Onimionene Portuguese. He knows that when he's speaking certain things with Gareth Bale, all kind of Spanish, all kind of Portuguese, he'll go and speak it in English. He'll probably even prepare an English note for Gareth alone. Because the person can't say me to Gareth. So for me, whilst that is Madrid's way and is successful, Rich, there has always been quality in Madrid's team. But in the last 3 years, from the last season of Carlo Ancelotti and this season of Xabi Alonso, you can't tell me there is quality in the Madrid specific departments. And I'm later away, or that's what said Jim. 2 nights ago, Antonio Rudiger was not playing. Madrid has been linked to Konate, Saliba, Upamecano, name it, McGay. David Alaba, so considered as a centre back, or Nabi Mo, Wapura, Obano Sanko, who Raul Asensio, he is not the best. You can't compare him to Pau Kubasi. In the Madrid setup, to the extent that you have to go and play Orient Chimeni in centre back because who will be able to be playing. And it was same with Carlo. Last season, not Carlo, so a two big issue. No, I'm afraid Chimeni. Hey, Chimeni, but centre back, not Chimeni, but centre back. No, show him. So Madrid have not, yes, you brought in Dean Hudson, but not enough. Not enough, especially given the injuries. Rich, we stood here in the summer. Madrid were linked to Angelo Stella for the whole summer. They didn't bring the German boy. They didn't bring Enzo Fernandez. They didn't bring in a proper deep line playmaker. That will do the cruise job. See, we even stayed here to the extent that Kaketo become Marseille for Dani Ceballos. Then Madrid want to bring Franco Mastantoro, good number 8 box to box, but he is not a tempo controller in the middle of the park. If Franco, when he was playing, Naja be here a lot of results. Because he helped get the balance of the team. Obeye Juma Mbappe, Obeye Juma Vini, Obeye Juma for the team. And that also Rodrigo Goes was not being played. Mastantuano gets injured. Now you have to go back to the front 2 that you know. Problems begin to come. It's Rich. I wasn't surprised because it is Madrid and San Omoyo. And like you said, success has been there. Niamidi Sini said, Rich, there is conflict between the modern day coach and then the big clubs.
As omu different ideology.
Yeah.
You
see, nia enkofo bebre efreno interference no.
We mami nyameduma.
Madrid is top level interference.
Yeah, that's what they. Florentino Perez between and Fafon Afro. Kajo Masa. Player Ben was open.
Exactly.
Yeah, Kofo Yaoui.
Florentino Nyonya because again, like you say, has been successful. My personal experience be, but me person me find the right ways to put it across. I've worked in a pharmaceutical company before and in multimedia. Multimedia in the media space is top of the top. Because they've had success for a very long time, these two companies. I'll mention a pharmaceutical company. Because they've gotten success for a very long time. And sometimes it's not right. Especially from principles and all of those things. But you look at it and you're like, I mean, it gets a success. And at the end of the day, what are we looking for? Success. So I am not difficult in certain places like this. You need to be a strong character.
That's our no problem.
To succeed, or you need to be very tactful. When you be a casa, when you be a casa, you need to be excellent in corporate relationships. And that's how you get problems. You heard the story of Antonio Pinto. Zabi say, okay, me team, no, you're fine, my coaching staff, you're solid, you're a physical trainer. The story is that Pinto has to come. Not Pinto, they're not bad. Say, hey, Pinto, na dear Jade, it repeats, no, no way. And you see, it's
bad. According to the Madrid,
yeah,
I reckon, I'm say. So I'm going to team now.
Yeah.
If it's 60 minutes today,
yeah, they get tired.
Clearly, who's a place number? Also, by now, you Pinto, you know.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. And Yama Papa.
Yeah.
Yes, you are transient to Papa, no, yeah, Juma.
Yeah.
It's ever says I never near Fro goodness, Chama. Ever says I Papa never.
So, no, the coaching staff, they only
Mubiango.
But you see, both parties are right.
Now, my dear,
exactly. Which both parties are right too.
Oh, yeah.
Because for Jami, only probably nam. Exactly. But the institution says that this is what has worked for us over the years. And that is why I'm saying that modern day coaches, modern day employees, and modern day employers, everybody will go for their interest. No, Rich, but that is the truth. You see, and he said, and I like the statement from Madrid. You know what? It doesn't work for us. Amicably, let us part ways. Madrid Benyani. So if it's the case of, let's say, whichever company again, the company gets what they want, the club, the person also gets what he wants. If you hold yourself in the high esteem, that's good. And for me, it is important. Rich, at the end of the day, everybody has an interest. See, to get to the extent where Jabi was calling the Madrid players to come and do the guard of honor now, Mbappe won't say, no, yeah, ma. It is clear, Madrid is a players' club. New coach.
No, and Osha situation, I may not man do a
yeah.
Because they are almost show data. Almost say, look, after 60th minute, players in the break and they may lose the games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when the best of is Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Who coach need is all yeah, contemporary individual.
Exactly.
Into say Madrid Akobo game now, you lose.
Yeah.
Who's a losing? Yeah. You don't lose anything.
Yeah.
But Madrid as a team, they lose a lot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of
course, they will do.
Me, I think yes, with the explanation of my injuries here and there, all my fair to the man, but then I can. The modern day, there will be an interest.
Which you see, for every company is about business interest. I keep on saying this. Decisions this and I say, money how? Maybe I'm so sure with them. Maybe I didn't do certain things right. But business interest, it will run because everything is about buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And me, if I'm able to put up a small company, it's going to be about business interest. The business interest of Madrid. No one's a player singing about say, oh, you taught us this, you taught us this. There is nothing there. Ubun's a weekend, the Madrid game, Avelo Abeloa. Obabe, and you see, you man to what the China no be you. You know. I didn't hear that. We patch on crazy last week. Well, book to this episode of Mom to see you grab here. After 1 year, we say, you remember Manchester United will be number Henia Carrick a year. Very say only they want the job.
As only a Carrick.
Carrick is going to get a job. And
yes, if Ferguson's up a Carrick.
You see,
your problem now, I don't know.
Why is Ferguson telling Madrid who they want? Manchester United, who they should take?
And I didn't have a high and say, always coaches near from Eban.
Yeah.
You measure almost with opening standard or certain.
It's wrong.
Oh, Manchester United. But it is wrong.
This team is different.
Because also the number of years are Fergie.
Yeah.
Eddie Manchester United.
Yeah.
Coach be anyone when you be.
Yeah.
That looks no be any. But you go for coaches bar. You must see a measure with opening the result whatever or yet Manchester United. I feel you are quite to the sense eh. Even see you go for coach Krana.
Yeah.
Just one no Fergie moment today.
You see,
which is wrong.
I did about quite a Pearl Carrick appointment in I want to say a 6 months pay.
I said to the end of the season.
It's the end of my penny, sir. And better than what Ole was trying to do. Ole was telling Wilcox and Barada says so qualify for Champions League. I'm on a long contract. I'm say Ole Korea, Ole Molde, Ole Besiktas, Ole Manchester United.
Oh no, not Kofi. Say me to we. So they are struggling in Manchester United, mommy. Now my catch also team no one kasa odi team ne mammy. Who team say team ne? Now my team no. Now I'm saying the team no go Champions League. So what is wrong about it?
It should have been a repeat of the same United player. Bringing another manager in the middle of the season, not giving them time, not doing a proper recruitment.
Yeah, but our ample time to prepare.
So to a almost matter 1-2 player be a man and solve the problem. Me acquire 1 year.
I disagree with them.
It is the same story with Amorim.
It me ba se Carrick was here. 6 months in so. Na Carrick e hwe na chi. Obon continue ho aduma wa ya dia Manchester United. No company for no catch and say look. Me so me deserve some mo appoint me as substantive.
Yeah. The only reason why, if you read from the Athletic and all the other sources, the only reason why Carrick is getting a job over him, apart from the experience in English football, is that he has been clear with them for 6 months on year. Now say Carrick.
Oh no,
exactly. David, apart from Carrick, he said they are United. Mo you Obenya Fulham bi, Obenya Leicester bi. You know, your friend is audition Obenya Premier League so 6 months. Exactly. I root for this trade money. Okay, no Leicester. Not the Leicester call legacy. Sir, that is good for United. So we see Umar Morim ends not the end of the season. Interim 6 months. In the summer, Rich Thomas Tuchel may be ready.
European.
Yeah, with a Nagelsmann may be ready. Xabi Alonso about a tournament. Yesterday I asked 3 Manchester United fans.
Me casa tintina yem fe adwuma no Ole.
Yeah. But me kase so ba be adwuma no courage and farmer no.
Ole no ti.
Ole is not a long term Manchester United coach.
Na some na ho kan no. Me nye sure say sebi. Obi anu ho a say we okwaji adwuma no de sa o kasa asa no.
Yes, adwuma no dey ma 6 months senior. But you 6 months and for conditions in count.
What the conditions?
Yeah, and adwuma no ma 6 months.
After 6 months so fu so ntimi into so obako.
We adwuma no yesi in class 6 months the contract which maybe so asem. Tuchel will be available in the summer. Say England and Korea.
Oh, some of my cousins.
Ono
na mpeno.
And no, maybe say Manchester United funks me ensa. Omo just say ne. Say Maresca Juma Juma na yo money je ho.
Mu coach am pamuni.
Omo say Maresca forget Chelsea connection. Maresca Juma
you bet me I didn't come on ye Chelsea brim.
Or your coach on his own. On your Chelsea coach say.
Former Chelsea coach.
Okay. Say Maresca be Juma na. Is good enough for the long term Manchester United.
Adebia ni Chelsea wa link na mempe.
Me na me say, oh they only a banter.
Ofi emusame. Uni say dia me answer no. Adebia Chelsea wa home mempe.
Oreju be yedi already.
Coach ya pam no. Chelsea ya pam.
Chelsea ya pam.
No mo yen nei.
Adebia o yes sir. Amorim dia pam na Amorim be duru house party with. And that because ye analysis na me buy here. Amorim dia now say party with.
Mempe no.
Okay.
It's
Manchester. Now Thomas Tuchel want to say England enfa.
Baby. Oh yeah, you no cry me pe Gary Saget.
Gary
Saget. See the Bema Maresca the enfa Gary Saget.
Just because Maresca.
Because Chelsea born ho. I know maybe. Kofi, me know we obetimi akona Bismarck was even Parala, and so
Maresca because Chelsea born
because of Chelsea. Mimpeno.
Hey, my dream. I think when I met you, I said,
Opaku.
Just because Chelsea born.
Aye. And a Chelsea.
But in Cameroon for only no amount of 4 or 2 years.
See the baby Maresca, they only say team no.
On say team. Why am bro? Because I'm from cool little Jara because the power chopper.
Maybe it's me dear bro.
But so we were coach kakebe best of the 2 jobs. So team ya no for pen or paper. My bet we quotes. We might just 4 of them. First one BW 31 ED 6E21 and they am first code no and the German Bundesliga or honum Italian Serie A or English FA Cup matches or honum Newcastle and Manchester City or game couldn't talk about it but the G codes. The second one no BW 31 EDC62A. Third one BW 31 EDCAB6. Remember last one which is BW 31 EDDE03. So Oko Fifi Manfred on Facebook, Twitter, all of the social media and Sabenya Akano.
Okay, it has a coffee man sky and George Median so Zach of Mohammed. I say good morning, Richard.
Personally, I've gone past the point coach departing from clubs, sacking, all of those things.
Very normal.
Yeah. Saying Thomas Tuchel and shocking me. Even Maresca can't shock me. So I was not surprised. But Nhyira Xabi Alonso here very interesting is the fact that for me I saw it coming. And I think that is the thing with football club Real Madrid. Which Madrid team no. Debia you can say football teams, sporting directors, all of those things no. There is a plan. Oko team there's a structure. But every team is slightly different. Barcelona with distinct style of play. Sign a distinct style of play, no. Or yet Nejuma, when you're coach now, but you have to play in that way. No matter who you are, you have to play in that way. If you go to Madrid are an arrogant band.
Utie golemo masamo any omo ben Real Madrid situations na. Rich, almost say Madrid impending for Mukabi woman say Florentino Perez. Xabi Alonso was suggested to them. And they agreed.
And your preferred
but
choice.
Never with true conviction. Inti Yajia to say about Pamukala Ancelotti at the end of the season. Yeah, pe coach. And Kenya pa pe club. But club say omba. Okay, when be Obi say Alonso sango onye bado. They are here with Leverkusen ye. Also true and true Madrid were club either. Or a very, very good record of the playing career. Why a hot cake? Me uncle Fanimra. Therefore, it's no present, monsieur. Eh. Okay. So, monsieur, but my idea, I don't mind. Uncle Fanimra near so bet me. Enti, but for now, that is the explanation. Say, Xabi Alonso was suggested to Florentino Perez. He agreed, but without conviction. Okay. Right. Someone say, "Oh, bet me, but Nimujidi apart from the start, no." Now, Rich, may I sure say Xabi Alonso now? Even from the start of Nejuma or Real Madrid, no, you could sense say. And let me give you 2 examples. Madrid and Heinz Xabi Alonso. Rich, na onyae pa and Kobe started Juma after the FIFA Club World Cup. And by you see Debbie. So you know pedia the man starts with the tournament. And even before he started on a no. Debbie for team to call FIFA Club World Cup, and that is when you start your work. All tournament in now you pre-season film. I say me nya pa mo komra. We don't pay coach no for mo komra. Na me train on ba na my on baba na my ready mo say Derby. And that is the first signal to know that the job is going to be tough, and that the people are no club no will oppose to you. Number 2. He said, okay, someone said me for club and FIFA Club World Cup now. Would you me my club now from afar? Any the way I want to play no, Mr. Mommy Martin Zubimendi. Na on me bosses in mammy. Na me cry no before me de be to manim no. Me a me ne di nkomo me susu me nkofa me no mu ye adwuma. Mama ma frɛ no. Ma de kukwasa. Ubeje di say according to Golem, the timer Madrid you want say okay so Zubimendi afide yesusu ye be approach no. Tamam ko it was too late, and that Arsenal any abrante na wie is on so all landing. Into which, how can you start a job? Data person start a job, no? Yeah, agree. Who main player, I will say he is good to be the pillar. You know Spanish coaches and their DMs. Say me person me building me team no say, and to mon confirm me DM no, me engine no mame, and also so a man sound for now. Now rich. Mami Musa was asking me, throughout Xabi Alonso, the 7.5 months no. All the crises are ya reporting na your room was say na all come no. Madrid team no. Leader being a woman. You could think say there's a gap between the coach and the players now. Obetimi aka say ewo bra. Bridge the gap for me.
Players no.
Leader Ben. The captain of the Real Madrid team is Federico Valverde. Yeah. Rich, within this last 7.5 months, Alonso Abe, Onukrano, or Jimmy position home, and now Obon right back, and now Obon Fifi, Kalanchilo to call no Obon right winger. Only baby Kro, Gina, or Tim Nimkwano, like I say, Manyama Sumbi now, I want to be the captain of the team, and say me who say there's a gap between players and the coach now. Me as a captain, no, and see, you could clearly see from afar there was chaos. Now, Rich, you see, Nhyira, say no Monday, Spanish time 4:30 area. Next Obagan area 2:30. And a Real Madrid board meeting, you know. I'm going to share so the agenda of the meeting, and they say, Alonso, no, I will say taking decision there, Pamano. In January, Real Madrid the meeting on Alonso now, Kotokoso ye meeting on Zito, probably around the same time. Now, Rich, meeting in Berry, you know. Now, I'm afraid Xabi Alonso.
na uko YouTuber aya no subscribe to the channel no o subscribe to Nhyira TV anytime be a video be ready no won sabetumi aka doma no mia so na nya notifications na mu a afa so no we betumi de comment e dia ba pem yet making caring na e dia ma wan se shawo so now you get the so rambo yendi nkoma kakra e on crofama so be pacho ye sosiem e dia fi matisa e total wo ko etere 3 na 2 matches ana eba so intamalo no mo kodo wo mo
wɔne parama kato ɔmo wɔ game a ɛnom ɛtɔ dwa no yɛnimire adeɛ sɛ no num aba pounds mediasa ana saa game no ɛtɔ dwa afei sɛ adeɛ sɛ ɔkɔ nɔnso aba pounds ɛyɛ duane num a game a ɛtɔ dwa ɛnom nso adeɛ sɛ Inter wɔn ne Lecce ana ɛbɔ ana afei Napoli wɔn ne Parma game no nso atumi atɔ dwa ɛno yɛ reporter ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so afei wokɔ EFL a ɛno yɛ semi final game a ɛtɔ dwa ɛno yɛ Chelsea wɔn ne Arsenal na ɛbɔ ɛno yɛ numine na nwɔtwe ana saa game no so atwani a anɔpɛ meka kyerɛ ɛde ama aside that no so no wokɔ ɛyɛ Spain a ɛno yɛ Copa del Rey Matis a ɛba so no wobɛnya ɛyɛ Madrid boboko no wɔn nso ɛne ɛyɛ Abasate wɔn game no ɛtɔ dwa wobɛnya Deportivo Alaves wɔn ɛtena fie wɔn ɛne Rayo Vallecano na ɛbɔ afei Elche boboko no ɛbɛkɔ akɔtɔ Real Betis na afei wɔn game no ɛtuma ba so ɛntɛno so yɛ game a ɛtɔ dwa na anɔpɛ no meka kyerɛ ɛde ama aside that no German Bundesliga ɛno nso matches 9 na ɛtɔ dwa wobɛnya Wolfsburg boboko no wɔn nso ɛtena fie wɔn ne St. Pauli ana ɛbɔ no wɔnya FC Cologne wɔn ne Bayern Munich game no mpatɔ ɛno yɛ 7:30 ana ɛba so tie de Hoffenheim wɔn ɛtena fie wɔn ne Borussia Mönchengladbach ɛbɔ ana afei RB Leipzig kɔmɔ nso ɛne Freiburg game no ɛtuma to dwa wei yɛ matches a ɛtɔ dwa ɛwɔ German Bundesliga na anɔpɛ no yɛka kyerɛ ɛde ama wɔ dwumadie so na ma menkɔ England na menkɔ di dwuma kakra wokɔ Premier League no a mepatɔ team a ade trophies dodoɔ paa no ebia na ɔwura fi ma menka kakra sɛ ɛyɛ certain Liverpool boboko no ana ɛba the major trophies ɛwɔ ɛyɛ mpatɔ England a wɔn agye dodoɔ anaasɛ Premier League no no wɔn agye dodoɔ mpatɔ yɛka major trophies na deɛ wɔn kyerɛ yɛ sɛ ɛno yɛ domestic air titles ana afei adeɛ sɛ FIFA competition ana UEFA air competition ana wɔn aka de abɔm ti wɔn keka ne nyinaa deɛ si ani a team okura trophy dodoɔ paa no ɛyɛ Liverpool boboko no mepatɔ 70 trophies ana ekura mo Manchester United ɛtɔ so mmienu wɔn wɔ 68 trophies Arsenal ɛwɔ 49 trophies ana afei Chelsea ɛtɔ so 9 wɔn wɔ 36 trophies na wɔaba abɛnya Manchester City wɔn wɔ 36 trophies nti Chelsea fɔ no atem bia no Manchester United takatam sɛ wɔn abɔ brade kyɛn Chelsea mpatɔ ɛyɛ saa sɛm wɔ ntia wohu sɛ Manchester ni bia ɛka sɛ wɔn abɔ bra ɛkyɛn Chelsea boboko no a ɛyɛ no kora deɛ ɛteɛ ne sɛ ɛba de trophies a major ones no wɔn ade dodoɔ ɛde kyɛn Chelsea boboko no ɛno ɛyɛ report ɛgya ɛtɔ dwa ɛwɔ dwumadie so na ɛno ada German Bundesliga game baako ɛtɔ dwa ɛno ɛyɛ BFV ɛno nso ɛyɛ Borussia Dortmund wɔn ɛte adeɛ sɛ ntira mmiɛnsa ɛwɔ so yɛ wɔabra no kyɛ sɛ nneɛma nyinaa ɛkɔ yɛ ɛde ɛmɔ ma abrantɛ ne din ɛdi Nicolas Stoktabek abantare enya go ɛwɔ afei so bɛ sabisa enya ne deɛ ansana sɛ ukura ase ɛso enya go a nneɛma yɛ kaba ɛdi ma mpato tetenie ukɔ Roma no ada wɔn nso ɛbɔ game abantare din ɛdi Hamoso wɔn enya go ana afei arena de baako aka hɔ ɛna tɔwi no boboko no T Adams ɛbɔ ntena mienu ama adeɛ sɛ adeɛ no ɛhade yɛ paa ansana ɛkam ɛde baako ka unti tɔwi no ɛkɔte AS Roma ɛkɔbɔ mo ntena mmiɛnsa ɔmo nso atumi timu mmienu na ɛnɛ game a ɛtɔ dwa no ɛnom ɛyɛ semi final matches a ɛtɔ dwa wɔ ɛyɛ AFCON na ɛno bɛnya Senegal wɔn ne Egypt game no ɛtɔ dwa ɛnom ɛnya asɛm kotoa koraa ɛnumere na onum so ana game no ɛba so na afei adeɛ sɛ nɔnwɔtwe yaba bɛnya Nigeria wɔn ne Morocco game no na tɛsɛ no ɛnso atumi aba so ɛno yɛ matches a ɛtɔ dwa ɛwɔ ɛyɛ mpatɔ AFCON ɛna anɔpɛ no yɛka kyɛ kakra ɛdeɛ ma na ɛno na ɛna anɔpɛ in fact ɛno a nsɛntwɔfo adeɛ sɛ interviews no tumi ato dwa press conference no mpatɔ head coach ɛdema Senegal ɛyɛ ɔpanyin ne deɛ de Pape Thiaw na Pape Thiaw na nsɛntwɔfo kɔbisa sɛ wo players no bebree wɔ hɔ a sɛ ɛkɔba sɛ nɛ game a mopɛ sɛ ɔmo kokodi ɛyɛ yellow card kora the final motumi qualify a wɔmo ntumi nsi akan ɛmfa ɛma ɛyɛ Senegal man no abrantɛ ne deɛ de Nicolas Jackson ɛyɛ baako Khalid Koulibaly ɛka hɔ Habib Diarra ɛka hɔ afei Ibrahim Mbaye yɛbɛnya Habib Diallo ne anya Papi Gaye ana afei Ismail Jacobs wɔn nyinaa no so wɔn di yellow card a the final wɔn ntumi nsi akan ɛmfa ma Senegal na saa deɛ no ne players na kasa na against Egypt no ana sɛ against mu game a mokɔ akɔba no sɛ na nneɛma si kyɛ na ɔpɛnsi yɛn ka ma obi ankyɛ sɛ ɛnya afi na wɔn ba bɛyɛ akwadwo sɛ wɔn ne Egypt ɛkɔ akɔhyia nti no wɔn players no bɛtumi di yellow card wɔabrɛ wɔn qualify wɔn mbɔ final nti wɔka ma obi akyɛ sɛ game ne deɛ
omo abo na game na ya bo no enye based on yellow card calculations and ye do game no ye bo game say we are the maximum needed point no and obi ahia and to obi do kwa akobom game say player be di red card player be di yellow card na ebia want to be more fan and there anu nya de omo dwunu pi na ado omo dwunu ye say Egypt wo mo no omo kwa akobom kwa club ya so eso omo first na friends so mutumi win this game no anu ayo panya ni de puppies ya o enkoba kakwa di tuja me pato head coach de ma Egypt e man no so yo panya ni tin adi Hassan and odi enkoba kakwa di tuja see anka mo bi anta say central for ko bi say as a Senegal for you say omo temo so anti ana game na mo kwa akoba no as am you very careful pa no say na obi a me as a player no ya te Senegal e committing play ama ye di trophy kra e di fi omo nsam ni ade me masani bebre tama me ye player anti say ye kasa nko bi eto bi konso pa anka say Egypt man no anka say omo kasa ene Africa teams how do ni na no mo chobo konso as this competition kwa ye boy ye ka omaya wo minim competition bo pa ene ya ade say anka Egypt man no as so maja wo do makoma komiensa eno cho say this title no when the Egyptian team ni ye pa anti say ene ya kasa wo bi ni Senegal kwa akoba na ese suro ebema as Senegal for mum anka say suro Egypt man no as say the year 2000 wo mo say no yes a player wo mo abo ete eno o mo te Senegal e ko mo tum play enti we na nya fina wo mba be antesi bia we no wo mo de o mo ko all out wo mo yesa niam betuma koye e de mo manum enso ay head coach adama Egypt ya de say openya ne tin enso ati ay Hassan oronso Hossam Hassan ankoba kakwa de tuja anana no pay make it adama na yesi the chances for ay wo mo makaisa wo betuma adi AFCON no wo fa Morocco yasi Morocco man no 37% so betimi ante ana fe Senegal 28% ana Nigeria 25% ana Egypt man no just 13% so betimi adi AFCON we e de so amana so ane yankoba kakwa so a mensa aka dwumade so ana no pe me pretere e de ma na yankoba mensa aka sa mobaka asem finger ade niema kwadan ye FIFA 4 ani UEFA 4 nyina ana fe ade say boba na haifa ba no so you okay am o ka tom so ekoya ya fa so ade offside no anko ne de na adwene mu pa anka de ese FIFA ani mpemfo ye se anka bi anka offside no player no ne body ni nyina enter the last player ani e beka say offside na we de na beti kakre bi wubutu ano ekra te player ne had offside enti anka de anka no propose say the whole body no enso epa player no eno na anka say je fe no say offside na yasi UEFA ani FIFA nyina ana for the pitch surface wo nyina ekwa atenase na yeso mabobo sam no ho wo ni di wo mo so mo di tuma as a finger sam na bema football na sesa kra bema football na Daniel Butu ente sa de na as a finger e kan de oha wo mo person be jatuma no e reporter mensaka e wo duma de so na no pe no me ka tere kakra e de ma reporter mensaka e sa planta de jade have a cane yes in the month of February with me next month you say Bayern Munich global code ebesa say the contract terms e de akwa to the new say the new contract now hono to 2027 and to the year 2026 we there so mo say brand to bet me stand there other say 2031 and also 2030 no one so to sign contract no adama Bayern Munich global code and your reporter mensa eka e wo dwuma de so na no pay make tire adama dada ho fa Ngolo Conte reporter mensa eka ayasa yase sisana for about for anomaya madio so Ngolo Conte umunya brante na wombesa ni ye pa enti womani itia da brante da din komo ama yase personal terms ne de Ngolo Conte enya jatum se obeba no ba be se kan da mafuna batem na yase do ne Bayern and central for ekobisa head coach ne de se de continue one head coach adi ema aritia da bobo ko ne se womate se Ngolo Conte enso ekwa na sansam no se ne si chano so rumor de ayo mpese obeka ho asem na ni team itia de no we player now person okay team ma wakuma any dia woyo ana tese eso okay team ntino on there say Ngolo Conte beko say Ngolo Conte enko anya de so beka sa ade afa ho ade ye chedo continue ho nkobo kakra so wadi eba e wotumade so na na no pede katere ade amana Olympic tuma say wo mo so mate de afo enti ano adomu po aduma ye pa wo mo tenkoda na wo mo so adi baros enso chomo po mo ntran ay mako 9 goals ano
wo so ye na no ada na enya is a cra na a certain player Messi Greenwood onya hat-trick asanya 2 assists and no ada no kwa 5 goals involvement and onya in the 9 goals ha Olympic to Marseille wo so ese na isa brante na basobodi o mo back da no enya sam koto medical kato se uko England so mo said antiasie se kwala beba na abrante ne said enka ho anu ye reporter na no pe mensaka e dwumade so medical kato se Madrid e game na Madrid ne abasate ana teso mo bo na sa game na e ba so pato dwani e screen so kakra the first test edi ema rawu abio anti na ye hese rawu betime enso aya dwumane nyina na no ada yese Madrid nkoda ne ko training na kwabna reporter mensaka se Madrid yese nkoda ne se Omaniante the first trade na Raul and so iron and pato there's Avaro Baro and pato another training na opinion so iron in fact Omaniante pa na another omohe abalua ni training na yes boy say omo compared to dia yeja hoko na me say we ye kaba na ene metete said the first starting lineup the affronter yes abalo abeyisu no no abaye Franco Masantuano ana afe Gonzalo Garcia ana Vinicius Junior we players anim ho won be start and so di amamade team na ye nkoba kakwa mensa eka awo dwumade so a make tretre edi amana answer abalo aba and reporter mete aya say on say to the end of the season by 1 year pay ana yedi mo pay no na yesi owo the options so betuma stande enso akone ni memom no yeso mo ka ta ne say yedi nipa ba ko ba ka no ho adom ayo panya ni Jerry Antonio Pintos ta physical trainer na ama ya Pamu Alonso no me pato Pintos baba ana fe assistant coach ya say wode ne ba ya aduma no ayo panya ni tin Adi Julian Kamona ana ne ba ya aduma ti ani reporter men say kam ewe tumade so na report na chasa yasi uhemu pa mad the final curtain say sai 1 year contract sense no person o me de man no ekobase say wadi trophy bi at the mama de boboko no mu se cohesion ewe between on players na dia oh and bibia okay and so at the avalo abaloa na face wet ma to so aye tumade ama rima de boboko na no aye reporter men say kam ewe tumade so na market kawek tumade nya de ama na market kawek akasa na market kawek say adia ba ko ni mo Manchester United pa say the combo the transition from the youth side and so Eddie called the senior team was say no adia ba ko ehia Manchester United here pa and the alignment the gap between the pathway between the academy and the senior team no ano ba ba no aye here pa esan say wetimi produce young players na omo so etimi eba the senior side omo transformation and near so betimi akoso here and adia Manchester United bobo kono mani jo and to pay anom one thing na so he edimu dwuma ye pa no and enkoba kakon so market kawek meti efina kate na another yesi sisian de ne backroom staff no are ready open any team Adi Steve Holland me pato wani ni yeduma afenso na yade set Travis Benwan enso eka ho ana Jonathan Wiget enso ka ho Johnny Evans enso baba kan afi Craig Manson enso eka ho we ni enkrofo no mo baba yeduma enti ano ye makeka wekene no eduma ni nyina nya asase na me pato Liam Rosinho head coach Edema Chelsea na another central for Kobe Sansa na who big game o kwa kobo na Kopama we be say kan de ma Chelsea ne fitness ne sit here was on Kopama tena say edi nkomo na nkomo ni Kopama edi no nkomo emudo ye pa afi owi no ni Chelsea medical team so edi nkomo ye pa na wo say nkomo no so emudo pa na ne conclusion ade ba ko betimi aka ama obi aswante ye say Kopama no ye one of the players at Chelsea ne wo here Chelsea ye pa and in the month of January we ye na adi say oba risky player bia essence league no ye monko ba bia enti say January na wo do players babo no mu nyina prade how do you pa enti woni abrante de din komo no wanom enso adisade say enya de say wono be ma abrante na bobo matisa eno so na abrante ne ye fully fit ebe Kopama enti okam obi ata as the code ye wo enso be ukwan a on be fa so yi so abrante no send a be a Chelsea player be emperor in the month of January na konkofa how and from the Chelsea and to training company year pardia na damn is a copama no ombe yusu wisely and yes a match be an omni coabo ebia ne ho ntodom so ebia ye wo copama mpane no from Chelsea dabi and ya no ne dia onu so na ni juane ya dia Liam Rogino edipa e wo dwuma de so ye bisa say in the month of January so mobile top players and also wonu ade ba kwa na ni jun pa ya say wakate pe Chelsea pe France o person access players omo ho no esanse sa wo ye coach na obeti ma pentem and to top players ma players na kwanya no bia nchese o deserve say so ketim nimti ano the first thing na we say wa ma player bia tiase say onu wa pay player wo gidi ye pass o person obo no prove fatter no ento onu wa ma player bia kwanya aninti we team na no da ode ball out na wa say sa team ne nkoda no chance ampa wo bia ye ready so person osi akan edema Chelsea nti player bi o ha coach bi ba foforo o ha obetima surprise wo abra enka bia we nya abotran fa ma na bia wo di player no ebeto transfer ento on the wakate Chelsea pay for say wo munya abotre wo mumma be ya 1 week bi mna metoso na onhe say ne so beto players aba be ka ho anase Chelsea players yo ho ana oni ombe ya duma ene ne man so tima koye e dia man oni Chelsea team nyina ene yen koba kakon so a Lim Rogino di eba e wo duma de so na no pe ne ye katire e de man owie ne bi san say William Estavao aye one of the players na Anjo Maeska ho no was so protective player no esan say nyama to bia na esa akoda ne bo say ne be akoda no enko ha akoda no na woso aba sa de na aba be ya na o say aha question we question hu hia ye pa na what supporters na say ye pa the reason when cho mu hia William Estavao our park so abribia was akoda no eba park ne so a ade obaye na ma fans na ni je ana face what say in fact bo no when mini boy ye pa beta wo mun kai no mu say we ye player when 18 years pep na of another league and wa ba Chelsea quarter ana afe ayade say weather bibia intensity of football no bibia asesa enti sa uye quarter oba prefer say wo so betime manage akoda no na se ne be e bia akoda no bibia konko ha no ema no so ema mekatim no enti otiase ye the reason when tana Enzo Maresca a protector brante no ana otiase ye the reason why aya patcho the reason sir ama supporters ni fi say esa brante no ye sign edine bamad made bia na so start emoma de obeka at Chelsea fans ni na ye say balance aya de hu hia ye pa enti eso de akoda ne bobo ni bremu eso resa akoda ni bremu ana fe de be boa team na ebe ma team na ko nanim na fe team no so team win matches esa so hey William Estavao no aya one of the players one person mo boa ma Chelsea e ko manim ye pa one person Chelsea e win trophies enti one day wabe waka at fans ni na say what reasons are first the person branded bo ebom no eso munya the right needed balance adema player na fe abo player no ana fe club na no your reporter me patron Lim Rogino adi eba e odumade so eno dan patron Manchester City wabo also at Newcastle ebom ntina mi no na St James's Park Antoine Semenyo ekoye aduma Ryan Turkey enso eye aduma na no Antoine Semenyo kasa na Semenyo 2 matches 3 goals involvement ana Brantano enso enya niema ye kama Edman Antoine Semenyo na enom ana Semenyo asian kama obi anta asisi no ne confidence na basu ye pa essence players no beto ye Manchester City no obi aye na adwe so person win match obi a confidence e so wase abasa na beto sat air club ma e boma niema nyina e rise edema say a perfect environment and no so anya for the football and anom ana abuama goals no amanfo hu say continuous day in day out no bokem bia enema so abasisia no abrante no ko Premier League no na open players in all competitions no mu goals involvement e was so abrante ni dey Erling Haaland and elite and afi Igo Thiago and so aba na wanya Antoine Semenyo in fact Antoine Semenyo ni goals involvement this season in all competitions no 16 and Ryan Turkey 15 and to Uha Amranto goals involvement all Premier League no Manchester City players miensa and we more to send nyina kama and so Eddie Emomo na de tene Antoine Semenyo ni first goal wenya Eddie ama Manchester City no nyema nyina kama de manasana bakwa aba to kwabra reporter menseka say yes we come Manchester City abakwa sema so mato player bi na player na ba ba na 2 matches when your goals ewo mu na ni goals involvement ewo so no player odi kan ye bi ata obi anya bi biem no Emmanuel say Adebayo ene 2009 kwabra koda o lucky pao Antoine Semenyo okoya wakwa he nyanyari Jesse yaya turu Jesse na yedema 42 ana record the next recorder we ya say African player biema obi anim say okoma city a wo mu wadi wo ho ana test ode omo ye record no Emmanuel say Adebayo 2009 yes oba ya pepe the first 2 matches ni na bante ni ye go enti ene say Antoine enso ye the same thing as city for no bona baso ye pa na no na Bernardo Silva asi enka mo bi ante say sanka to se menyo nko he 2 goals so na kwabra ne second goal no referee ande ana Bernardo Silva say so mu hu ye ni bibi say de obasem Jesse a ada okokai obeka nya 70 no or say it is what it is on person obeka bebre na okai amobi ata the last time mo ba Premier League kwabra the same thing happen and se menyo goal na o he na referee anyi no enya ne wanwa pie emom na nka goal de on de na adwene mu de anka se menyo goal no enso etna entim na ne ye dia wodon so ade tuja ewo dwuma de so na no pay ka tire e dia ma na obi e pepe ana pe godola ase yenka Ebobi ante say ene Antoine Semenyo AFC Bournemouth ana fe head coach and Dinadi Andoni Ariola wo ma ya Branton we dwuma ye pa na kwabna se Semenyo ball na obono wakai player bi te say Leroy Sané wakai Rahim Saleh wo nyina ekwasa same style of air football kwabna kwa be fa so be sawo no wo ba dwene ho a won tia se ente wa se Semenyo de adwuma de wo gidie pa se akoda no betumi aye ede ama City Boboko na owie no tell say he say referee nipa nine kwabra say nipa nine na decisions aba no bia tibi take esa decision no yes off near the was say ade a eno a eto dwanom okoka was okay wodin so be Fred pe but also oka esa say okosem Jesus wa do me di your man no me di the last time the same thing they see and eno so the same thing as no one do gidi ye pass e ha adwene ye pa na nka nipa nine mo hwa de na mo take decision na nipa nine ment me hwe and take decision ti ade ye de apep gotola ade tuta na wakasa abrantia ni dinadu omama musuba ene oyo GDS ele hala no be rest abrantia sanse wabre abrantia no pesa won so too much ade ye de apep gotola ade eba na kwabna ubedi de say Hansi Flick ni last 34 matches awabo any 34 matches Sabi Alonso bebo ani nyina ye pe ya pam baako te ho mo hwa de matches oboy 34 matches no kwabna or we need 24 Hansi Flick we need 24 or draw 4 Hansi Flick draw 4 we lose 6 Hansi Flick lose 6 na kwabna we dey say you pam ko chu but aja ma de for say omu hianom na abalo aba no reporter men say ka say wo mu e wo Manuel Angel money e wo ho mami kwabna reporter men say e ka say akoda na no ada wo friend wo the senior side say woni team ni na me training na enema nso nya kama na João Cancelo nso enya say official Barcelona e the confirmation enya ba na akoda no so ono tama na o Benfica academy o me Barcelona bo game and who said bi Barca game na set team bia ono so ekwa dati bi na so onya bibo enti Barcelona for Deko Freya no kate ni team no se Barca for ba dia offer bi obi amunya na mentwe Barcelona for ni ntina waba Barcelona na eno anya na nam se yesi Jude Bellingham Vinicius Junior any other players ni bi na wo mumpe Sabi Alonso asemtino no mukutia ni ye pa yazi tim na mu atemi no Eduardo Camavinga mo any Olon Chamani mo any Kylian Mbappe ma esa na omo Sabi Alonso afa ana tese Vinicius Junior any Jude Bellingham any other players nso aform ya kanza group ana tese mukutia tim yase no ada Jude Bellingham say sansem na ma bonti nyina no kwabiere nim onye sa de ne da enfrentia Sabi Alonso ani yankoba kakwanso to jakwabna mejina wesu na ye din clofom ama so nsem ni nyina edi asianim se sanse ne enkomo pi ho emom no medan no miguso single self contained kwabna mesre battle me here single self contained around tech in the environment and would you near the adi nyina uma so say enya fasa kote so nya fasa just nya fasa ana ija hanso nya fasa ntimpacho wo single room self container na wahit him lines you so 0552 711268 0552 711268 na also wet my friend medal was ye pa busia yam fa bana nsem no ensianum say.
Okay, so so if you don't know the reason here at a point na Zabi Alonso Mbeso will be free by Leverkusen. Big teams you know kwasa.
Okay.
And this is Madrid. And you see so team Madrid for no ensem mu gina so de pam no na. Me da bia meka me see no coach will survive. So we coach na akwasi de ten say ulusu dressing room. I mean bibia say adwumanu timinye. So what I say nya dia betima nti Zabi Alonso there yes so when the numbers and the atim say man you fair to the man but and your man so mu gina so dey epam no ne coach bi enu how be survival nti you be fan this but medical catch him say nyame ya adoma work no ye ko 31st ya love any Nhyira FM the fitness work no on the 31st of this month bosumi na wie ye edna ye de work no ehihye so na afibia ye nti afidie no so no ye san ato so na kama pa ye start Kumasi City Mall na ayano papa sharp on say ye work no before cry wiem be na say ya sha se ne na moa ni asa ko wie dwumadie no Kumasi City Mall nti ye tu ensa de flow bia sorry mu yekuo ana ankrankre na opesa wo babia mundina no akonya no da ho obia ebetimi aba love na Nhyira FM fitness work no enti ye tu ensa de fra santeman ene Kumasi man so bia nyame adoma 31st ye na ne enkamom na ye nante so because it is so ahwa on say kodi bronya no ye na ekotrete afie di ya wewe nam no bia anti ama emunu aye yedu kakra aw se irina na ye nante na bibia so no etimi akonkanti bi samo nyame adoma ehedwumadie na se on the 31st of this month na ya shase from Kumasi City Mall na ya nante major streets and the principal streets of Kumasi na ya sako wie dwumadie no ho na ye walk no ye refresh ezo wie ya na eja kwan se ko debi oba ese ma obibi kakra onso beto yam ansana obekọ ba bia ofri ban a onso no atimi akọ nti ye na ne mo ho na 31st ye mfa wokro enhyehyɛ so awo eye Kumasi City Mall na bibia anye kama enso emfa emma ye nina na ye wie ni sa no ye kɔ Alicia Decor and Trading Enterprise na yakɔ akoto eye dobisi aban PPR pipes fittings nom union nina ayade akɔ Alicia Decor ebi awo na ate for the 10 nim so baby same so child don't think the na menkoto dobisi because se say Kumasi de baby abefa bia no dobisi na bu ko because one omo de na papa two omo de na bo no obo fom pa se o de compare the other ones no so atonton dobisi na bon se Alicia de Cordier no da fom pa onso no oto efimienu nyensa ade kwa na bo no yesan te so san de maw itibisa wada okwa da se ope WC PPR pipes fittings and uninia no akwakoto bi enso awo ho yo Kumasi adum abinchi wona me pacho yo opposite Star Oil and Alicia de Consabetimi akan na efren awo 0558 063836 0558 063836 namani Alicia the company for any common now no pay me pacho Franco Trading Enterprise and na eco na yem phones ni na yakwa akoto se open Nokia open Samsung iPhone si ana open smartphone bia kuta oko Franco Trading Enterprise ebi abo ho me pacho apart from no yawo smart TVs abo ho Franco air condition your just air freezers washing machine, microwave, generator, CCTV cameras, me pacho odi abobori na oko Franco Trading Enterprise papa ne bono so da from impacho kotobi na onso save sika so ama bibia nya kama enso enfa embawo yenso ye wo Kumasi adum ho na yen de mpacho de di kan oko ejaba jewelry side ho na me pacho ye bi yen shop no ba ko ana yɛn branch no baako ɛwɔ hɔ ana adjacent ɛyɛ Malcolm nso yɛwɔ hɔ ana opposite Kofo clinic nso adum yɛwɔ hɔ ana the new Kejetia nso ɛyɛ ade a yɛn branch no baako ɛwɔ hɔ a obetumi aba na nneɛma a bɛbɔ so nyinaa no wɔtɔ bi nso tumi ɛde akɔ mepatro yɛn number ɛyɛ 0245 316969 ɛne yɛ Franco Trading Enterprise number ɛno no cancel to me sir ɛyɛ dura etimi ɛyɛ pains paa nti anɔpɛ yi sorry you obi a pains ha wo maame bi ana papa bi wɔ fa bi ana anka wan kasampo ɛna ɛyɛ pains ne ha wa me patro koto ɛyɛ cancel to me sir na ɛno da ntu aseɛ ɛnso mfama atlantic pain nyinaa no ɛbɛtu aseɛ na aduro no sɛ yɛde bi aba ɛyɛ Kumase ɛno nti wɔ Kumase a ɛno ano nso bɛkɔ Atonsu market okwa also pɛ cancel to me sir na wotumi anom na opens ni nyinaa no etu ase e de ama wo sei Kumase number no ɛyɛ 0244 871 862 0244 871 862 ano ɛyɛ cancel to me sir number ofra betumi ɛna ɔmadi nkɔmɔ na ɔsatumi aka aduro no bi ɛno no total send deɛ ɛyɛ app a ɛwɔ sɛ abrochani bia bɔga bi a wotie show na no pay download bi ɛwɔ phone so na usika bi a wodi fra abrochire ɛde aba Ghana bia no just use tap send na ɛfa send sika ni na ɛfa ɛbra ɛyɛ Ghana into African country bia US Canada UK Germany Portugal Spain Belgium France for mu na Dubai for mu fanfa tap send na sika no ɛmra ɛyɛ Ghana na o download so first time no app no download ya no you bet me acha $10 €5 and na aya £5 ni na no aya dia tap send ebe send enso etimi ediama but promo code no aya bo nhyira from shim se na be ya onso no untua charges bia ewo sikana o send ade aba aya Ghana no Rush energy drink me pa cha o sori bia aya no bi before obeku adwuma so a onso etimi akoso ana bi kra de wa start adwuma obetimi anom Rush energy drink and ono ma ade e friend brepa de wunti bi da so ahantu be ya adwuma saa da muni nina no onte breba akokra jinsin wo mfitimi zoom ana caffeine wo ma ni na no eboama oye adwuma onso ontimi embre aye Trillium Industries omo ana ade Rush energy drink ade aba eye dwaso na watimi adwode pa kama Alaska Star Enterprise na yeko na yakoto ye dem niam nyina apart from them no ebia office ho obeso sisi dem usisi office ho a nyina na Alaska Star Enterprise me ma tricky bi onse office ho no obia bana so no be business a oya no aka cho so wo dem me call later no you hear from me when ma do kontia omo return ko na se omo nto so ene onya business no office ho no emiti standard because as ohunu say as a commodore anti onu ye business gwa no akodi sika no but so office ho na emiti standard onu road you say office die nipa o ha no you say mpa ni business no ye no onye obi asabi no ho kire no onu be business ntem eti so say open my bullshit e dey sisi ho from blind curtain to air material curtain open air ring light sofa cover decorative watches flowers no open carpet artificial ones no and a PE foams niama bebre best nyina no oko Alaska Star Enterprise me patcho to fobo and aye ton e dia ma so to baako ana o to bebre na onso wetimi e de akọ yo Kumase adum me patcho me sisa no cheplax anim o de also per boss from side ho na ho na amo ewo enkranfo de mbako tudu opposite MTT office no any Eco Bank and na bomu nyina ewo aye baabi baako a onsabetimi aka Alaska Star Enterprise me patro number didi djuma no eye 0256330075 ano eye number yedidi djuma ewo ye na akache me patro diakubites ewo daso na diakubites no in fact ye bedi bronya no ena sabites we ba abonten na me sha asese me kan wasem no obia okoto diakubites o sha ase edom no o ha no ofro no aka cho Richardo ampa afeni hu se said Yakubites no bites ni nyina bites omu nyina omo boss no ɛyɛ diakubites adentia because we know eyiyi osisimu amaman ɛma bɛma osisimu timi da homa eduru anwumna otimi bo adwuma wɔ mpam so nti bɛma bia eduru anwumna wonya ade wɔ mpam no mesewa da trick ni die ɛyɛ diakubites ɛna me kan fodi ama ho ɛne anɔpɛ 2026 yi obia sesei ɛnoa na obia enso ɛnoma me kan fo bi enso ɛde ama ɛne anɔpɛ yi na deɛ tɛne sɛ nyame adoma ɛne ne yɛbɔ semi final of the AFCON no final no ɛyɛ kwasiada nti ɛne ɛde kɔ na kyina so no sɛ wamfa oboto no ama me patro yɛntimi NGBM iti to deɛ ne ntam na semi final no onso watimi akɔna bibia ayɛ kama ɛde ama so ho okɔ akɔhwɛ ɛyɛ final ne bi that is the AFCON 2025 ɛkɔ so au Morocco odi abia no so benya bottles no na rafo no di ya no yɛde okɔ hotel bɛda aduane abɛdi ɛne obɛsa return bibia ade akofo no ɔmo etua ɛyɛ ka no enso di amantimi saw ma no ɛnyɛ diakubites nano bi na bibia nyɛ kama enfamade twatro no ɛyɛ union practical institute hɔ deɛ ɛyɛ computer ɛna ɛyɛ kɔ akosua ɛyɛ practical so ɛna student bia no owo ɛyɛ computer odi sua wadeɛ nti wobɛwie na sɛ wabene network and cyber security engineering obetumi akɔ yebi awɔ hɔ computer basics and office administration CCTV installation and management data analytics online business and e-commerce design technology drone piloting software engineering AI nyinaa no ɛyɛ ade a ɔkɔ hɔ a ɔnso obetumi akɔ yebi awɔ hɔ kama paa your regular obetumi akɔ weekends wɔ hɔ adwumrɛ ɛna distant class ni nyinaa no ɛyɛ ade a union practical institute obetumi akɔ na ɔnso wakɔ akɔgye ntiteɛ yɛwɔ Kumase ɛyɛ sesan so ɛyɛ mepatwɔ usi bus stop one frɛ number yi 055 3848 na mono eni enkoma anopɛyi omni bibiri ka ho ɛna amo aso asena medic edition insurance passports yatenasia yɛde dwumadie no enso ɛde ma mo sɛ medical ka no ɛna AFCON 2025 semi-finals no yɛde ɛhyehyɛ so 2 matches 5 p.m. Senegal ɛbɛbɔ ɔmɛyɛ from say Egypt na ɔmo wie ya na nwumrɛ ɛyɛ nɔngɔtwe 8 p.m. so no yɛnya Nigeria ɔno nso ɛbɛbɔ Morocco. These are games are ever so of course EFL Cup no nso no ɛno nso yɛ the same semi-finals also Chelsea ɛne Arsenal ɛna ɛbɛbɔ a ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ discussions a yɛbɛyɛ ɛwɔ amanena afei yɛnya kwan abɛfie ɛde afisɛm no ɛnso atumi ɛde abramtu bɛtumi ɛde message number na titiw AFCON no prediction obɛtumi di na number na yɛkenkan ɛnso atumi ɛde amamo Dako Grant. I say good morning guys, watching live from Coventry, UK. Morocco will host and win. Okay. Next you may omobesha Nigeria. Na omako final akoshia either Senegal or Egypt na omasa atwaso a shomo aye host and win. Enti ane ya Dako Grant message or the abrahene anopai and on Fifi Manfred. Good morning.
Good morning, Richard.
What is saying?
Nyamiadum. But Andy show me HDM my name, but Nyamiadum be fine.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. Nyamiadum.
Be fine. Fine. The only thing I'm not getting is me HDM my number Andy show me. Okay, I think it's in now. Rich. Now, and then there are a lot of interesting things to talk about. The African Cup of Nations semi-final, and Nana Joan Twang Semenyo. Liam Rosen no won the first game and then you against Arsenal in a game that's a London derby. Arsenal for no. See you baby. I think that they want to win a trophy. I don't think game any simple cry regardless of the things that Liam Rosen said. But Rich, first 1 minute, wherever Antoine Semenyo has been, any baby any idea why to give him what he's getting. No. I think it's nice and good to talk about it. And then it was a good display. And I'm just going to touch on the things that on one teammates, any Pep Guardiola, any on one case have done since the game ended. yesterday, one of the first things that came up, the record that he had gone to join in, and it's Antoine has become the first Manchester City player since Emmanuel Adebayo in 2009 to score in each of his opening 2 games for the club. At Bournemouth, over 21 games, 13 goals and assists. As at Manchester City, 2 games, 3 goals and assists. And it tells you how much of a top player we are. Goal na Omanjero. For me, that was even much more of an interesting goal than the first one. How an Ojina goalkeeper Nick Pope and then went ahead of him and flicked with his back foot to get a goal. I think it was a very, very interesting one. But the goal where I stand there, just one goal in told because nah, people should just walk through the process of how Antoine Semenyo made that goal happen. Abraham do the wide area, which he came from the blind side of our branch friend Anthony Gordon, because that was the winger that was defending against Antoine. And it is the blind shoulder run. It's a technique that your winger not only touchline winger or your winger you want to get goals. One of the things that you can add to your game to get that is those blind-sided runs. Usually because around that side, another winger need defender. The fullback are stuck in. Winger now no attack side also be defending. In this case, a branch friend Anthony Gordon. And Antoine stayed on his blind side in the first half, in the first instance of the ball. Then immediately see a ball more across. That is when he was able to accelerate quickly, get in front of him, because at that point in time, Anthony Gordon, any defender or a winger, he doesn't have the instincts of a defender. But Antoine is in the box and already has the instincts of an attacker or a striker. Got ahead of him with that acceleration, and then he got the very first goal for team friend in Manchester City. And 2 goals, Manchester City did win. That result, that decision from VAR was a bizarre decision. Abranti friend Malik Thiaw, Erling Haaland, they had nothing on the goal. It was a clean goal from Antoine Semenyo. So I don't know why Ava Kokoshe and still decided say the goal should have been chalked off. But congratulations to Union.
Many a German Brantino.
Oh, yeah.
Many a Oh, City no. Adiani in the high year. How about fitting to the Man City team?
Yeah.
Because there's a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
The first Ghanaian Okobo under Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
And around Tenokoeno. I was watching you in there say. The performance now the man Bournemouth no. Then you fluke.
Oh, it was not.
Yeah.
You know that.
I'm happy for the man.
Yeah. I mean,
for Antoine.
Still early days yet, but I'm confident that how he has started. No,
2 matches.
Yeah.
Now Beshe goal involvement.
Yeah.
I think a number 4 so
3 goal involvement.
Right?
Yeah.
Super.
I mean, I think that there's a lot more to come. He can be very consistent to see that Bernardo Silva Moka, he has settled in nicely, and Pep Guardiola is excited. And another team, about Jeremy Doku on the left, about Antoine Semenyo on the right. Jeremy Doku free model Ryan Cheki by Antoine Semenyo rather. Ebabeshe right, Ebabeshe left. So it tells you that Antoine's bipedal ability to be on the left, to be on the right, is a good attribute for him in a game like that. Congratulations to you,
No, yeah, bumpire saying the performance now the Man City no. Between a metaphor to the national team performance. As in Obobode Maga.
Anyway, different conversation. He's doing well right now.
The performance, no, it
takes a lot for it takes a lot for it for that to metamorphose in Black Stars GC. Moyo here to metamorphose. And you mo so na mo bompire bimbi. Akwana show be a career mo so bompire. Gana for there. And when you na social media metamorphose Black Stars metamorphose again. Washing 2 goals. Ye queen. Pesa. That up to you. But
I Ghanaian.
Mukra Muslim Pedro. You want a Muslim problem for me.
Yeah, we is a for. And I see I'm fine to say. The form now for a bruchino. Yamia Dominia co kappa. The same form now for Bournemouth to 8 City. On for the same air from number Black.
For the same form, that's what that's what the also remember no for me. To sing a moment. I like this picture. Liam Rossonero will go face to face to a very, very difficult manager today.
Rare test.
Yeah. Say, means some okay in the last 2 weeks or 1 week, If anybody's supposed to take him serious, then there isn't a bigger match than Arsenal. Meaning that Nyamekano, if you understand what I'm trying to say, because he said a lot. In fact, even against Arsenal, he said, whilst Mikel Arteta has been giving time 6 years to do the things that he wants to do, no, he thinks that he has the tools to win now. And if truly, he is worth the talk. Maybe Chelsea will not win the game because they have 2 legs. Maybe Chelsea will not blow Arsenal away. But the performance on the field of play, at the very least, will give Chelsea fans a little bit of a resemblance of, okay, Aquano, we can begin to lower our guard kaka and say that maybe you'll be close to what which Obi anon pe Maresca sem kra. Ade ba ko no more time Maresca no mo yi how well he was able to prepare for this one of big matches. Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea, Barcelona, Chelsea, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. It's a big game in a Bankwandia. Maresca has something. So, is this something that Liam Rossonero will be able to do? And if you listen to all the things that he said, I say, I am a West London boy. I was born down the road from Stamford Bridge in the Wandsworth, so I fully understand the stature of this club. That is Liam Rossonero telling them, say ever Arsenal and Chelsea matches are. Only Chelsea, he's a Manchester United fan, but he was born in London. And yeah, Liam Rossonero coming see, I say most people in London are actually Manchester United fans.
London?
Yeah, that's what Liam said.
I see.
He said, Oko Londoner. Most of the London people are actually Manchester United fans. Okay, that was the first time I was hearing. And he mentioned, that is why he's also a Manchester United fan. Rich, he needs to show it tonight. Rich, the team knows Chelsea anymore. It's something very, very difficult. And another one, he says Arsenal are good at everything. You manage your 1% to be as a good team to win as many different ways as possible. I don't know who's calling them the set piece FC. I am definitely not saying Arsenal are more than set pieces. In the last few years, which Chelsea and Arsenal, that was Stamford Bridge, 2-2 2023, 1-1 2024, 2025 year term, another 1-1 went on in there. Now that is the huge thing. Arsenal are going to be without a friend of Gabriel William Saliba in the game. What we are expecting to see because of the Charlton game at Chelsea boy into Marco Kriabeba back into the team. I'm expecting on the left hand side it is going to be Chaloba and Fofana, not Bediashe Fofana. Sanchez in post, Gusto. Because Moises Caicedo any game in the Mutino, I expect that he will play a bunch of friend Andre Santos. And for me, that can be the little secret that will be able to force Arsenal and for Chelsea to get something out of the game. Because Sewashe Maresca, no big game, or an extra midfielder in the James, Eka Caicedo. Then you will push Enzo Fernandez at Connedim. Then gives Cole Palmer the free role to operate. I think that it's another game where Willian Estevao doesn't start. Pedro Neto on the left, Cole Palmer on the right, and Abantia, your friend Liam Delap, and that is the possible lineup that we are seeing. On Arsenal side, I'm expecting Norgard, Gabriel, Lewis Kelly, White, Eze, Merino, Nwaneri, Martinelli, Jesus, and Abantia, friend Noni Madueke at Stamford Bridge. Difficult game.
Who is winning? Good fellow the message about this year.
Good fellow is saying.
I see Chelsea winning, no doubt.
Investment can't say me because
I think Ghana is on. Okobas and out here so
which I dreamt 2 or 3 days ago.
Said then
Chelsea had won this game and Enzo Fernandez has scored.
Hey, good fee.
Make we see this my main
who did he die? What did he get? The beer me catch was a COVID. What did he especially the wood yakko than the who did me any Diana to Condana so down have a candle? Oh, I can reduce it.
It's like a carry to make out. Enzo Fernandez to score. Oh, Chelsea straight win.
Where's Grant to me now? Chairman.
Mine's got a 10-man a boy.
Oh.
And no, I'm also Liam Rossonero, a science student party.
Osaje Kiki.
Oh, Bela the way Stafford Bridge.
Book na.
Also, brother. And you're doing a Jay. I think it's a difficult game to predict. I would rather want to watch the game, not too much of prediction. Say, me bet quotes in my boss, and most of the quotes I'm a picky for so I give me either on over 1.5 or under 3.5 or under 4.5.
Not necessarily we go for
no. It's just based on that because I think that it's going to be a little bit tricky. It's Carrick. I think I've said a lot of things, my two piece about Carrick and Manchester United a lot. He did well at Middlesbrough. He has shown that he's a good manager. United need an interim. I'm expecting to see so at least he'll be able to stable the ship. And the fact that United don't need Carrick for the long term is good. Steve Holland is going to be his assistant. Gary Southgate as assistant. Former Chelsea assistant. And Robert's not bench for him. I think that's also very good in terms of the backroom staff. And now, I know what it takes to succeed here. And that is good. The fact that he knows Manchester United is a very, very good one for him. And then Alvaro Abarrewa started his first preseason game at Real Madrid, which is very, very good. You go straight to the AFCON. Which the game between Senegal and Sadio Mane, a revival of rivalries. You see, while Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah were good compatriot and friends at Liverpool, at national team, yes, maybe in the context of the English Premier League, Mohamed Salah is the top of the top. Money will allow that to him. But when it comes to the African terrain, money will feel like this is my home. My son in 2021 at Japan. In the last 2 times that we've met in the knockout stages, I've beaten them and we've won the African Cup of Nations. So we want to win it again. And for me, that is where the whole conversation stems from. How Sadio Mane sees this game and how our friend Mohamed Salah also sees it. Then in the evening, it is whether or not Nigeria will be able to defeat another home side, be very resolute, and then get a job done against the Moroccans. Very, very, very difficult game to look across all places. In the African Cup of Nations, Brahim Diaz, Abranti friend of Victor Osimhen, Mohamed Salah are leading the goal king chart. Osimhen 4 goals, Brahim Diaz 5, Mohamed Salah 4 in the game. And the Senegalese will start. And with the Grand Stade de Tangier, that is going to be the very first game against the Egyptians. And Rich, I like the pre-match press conferences that went on, especially the one for the Egyptians and then the Senegalese. No, Rich, I've heard a lot of people say when it comes to pure and proper football in the AFCON, Nigeria have only played better than the Senegalese. I mean, I disagree, Kakra. I think the Senegalese are better. Only a more improved side. Only a defensively very resolute. And when it comes to the attacking third of the game, they are top. The game will come down to the middle of the park. And that is why I think I bet you funny Pap Gay from Villarreal. Ebe the difference maker. When he plays Eliman in Diaye on the right, and that means Ismail Sarr better than Cheng. And have Pap Gay leading the midfield now. It's a good one. Of course, Khalid Koulibaly at the back and Edouard Mendy. That experience with Sadio Mane, which Senegal will go through. Whilst on the Nigerian side, I think the Nigeria for almost will upset the Moroccans tonight. In fact, I think that Nigeria will win this AFCON. I have a strong conviction say Nigeria for be winning AFCON. And it starts.
As I mentioned, the same thing.
Yeah, I think the Nigeria for be winning AFCON.
Make sure my first game.
Yeah.
I was like, I said, Nigerians, you know, some just said, look.
Yeah.
The last time I confined it.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is our time.
And they've come of age. Yeah. The Nigerians have come of age. And this team has played together for a very long time. You see, people forget in the first 30 minutes of the last final, Nigeria and Ivory Coast ball Abidjan, they were the dominant side. Until the fans and of course Ahmad Diallo free bench like all of these things happen, the Nigerians began to drop their shoulder. So it's a team that will know how to play against the Moroccans. Eric, Moroccan for now going 50 years without an AFCON trophy. In fact, the last time they were here was in 2004 or so. So for them also, it's a big deal for them.
Again,
very tough.
Again, Tanzania. almost a show.
Yeah.
Against Algeria, the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think against Morocco,
very tough.
Very tough.
Even for the Moroccans,
more match.
And me passing me Eric Shelley on a pre-match press conference. Shell say the boys not break, and I think it's a mind game. Into on team impressing Morocco for an aggressive. Into actually sort of telling Morocco for one say yeah game plan you did Ben Yobwa. Because if you watch Morocco versus Cameroon, it was a very aggressive game. Morocco for the press pa. So Nigeria would want to also reserve a game plan, playing different way, find ways to press. Because Sana Morocco for the ball, which for me, I don't know how it's going to happen. But I think
two West Africans or mobile final.
Yeah, I think so.
Senegal, Nigeria.
Yeah, I West African bias from quarter final and sure they are, but I think that is what you are going to get.
Nigeria, Egypt.
It is the final. Oh,
Egypt for no minimum half corner ball.
It's not against the recent Senegalese.
I know. Only half corner.
It's an experienced Senegalese side.
I'm gonna take all my chances. That's all. A moment, they pounce.
It's not against one of the best defenses in the AFCON this season. The Kalou Koulibalis at the back. I think there's a good one. Mamifa and the match is not boss, so the coach will be there. And now, we need your coach, And like I've always been saying, congratulations to Bia. Today is a big chance it will be DB. And that match is not on even in Spain, England, Germany. A lot of good games. Coach started free 18 or 20 or near the identity foul pen or paper. Not sure coach Nako Kucha very important. First one a BW2322. Sorry, BW322 FA23A. Second one a BW322 FF351. Third one a BW3200 C23. Fourth one a BW323 02 ACA and a fifth one a BW32305 C9B. Which so out a bumpire guswa a party and a bumpire na greens and so my
greens in guso no biani bi bia in the course no and so ebi kakra bi na fe yenin komo kaka na best ma guso bumpire la emra some oboate no say this was pa. Are the coaches the same? I discuss now, Antoine Dieno. Antoine Dieno, unless it be a one to me point, I say. Me say, as a man can say, Empire Yeni na ye bon say. I rent in the form now one far from Bournemouth at the coast city no. On for the same form no, I'm a bomber Black Stars. And are you telling me say? So I players don't bomb on club side, no corner straight to Mama Yadi, and home the coach, the same coach in Neko. What I see? A matter of player no so or bar, you're not supposed to the more minor. In Empire, I mean, can't say the same coaches no. Maybe I'm a point in that one shada. Antimacy. Richard Bampo, I say Richardo. We are always underdogs, so think about your Manchester United. Okay. All right, anyway. You told me the insurance of 4.5 na yeni apomide nkomo kakra bi na you told me the so emama yeni cement vita herbal mesha and capsules and na edi nkomo do it say we street ni so a ya to me din fufuro ye fe no agan na emza agan ya cheche mu a reason ti a ema edi aduro no eto agan ti unto bi a 2026 ti bi na onsu kuto bi na bibia anya kama emfama openi good morning
Richard
na bibia boko de
nyame adom ne panti bibia ye boko
edemiase smell vita again intim
well Richard yemma Ghana for any eti for mutie programming na ma achi na yemfa momra program no so we a Pemsan company limited akofa Siemens Vita herbal mixture and in the capsules ediaba na o hwe yen ana utie yen abomodin se number me di tuja obefa said Richard kan no edro ni din the Siemens Vita herbal mixture and in the capsules na agan no obi onum aduro ni bi na adwuma aduro ni yema no and into odi edin agan no ebaye into won so okoto bia na wonom a edin ana se based on adwuma aduro ni yema no so betimi di odin aba nipa bebre woni din empanyumfo ni bi kura de omo se tetedido na obi offer se aduro ni de tetedido na into bomodin se obehye no so de ama ye number no ye de tudwa sisi a di ntia de bia ye ba we are more particular about the numbers ne say ye nkan tro so okoto aduro na 15 preko na wo nom even though nyoma e bebo so no ohun say ebia saa nyadowa no uwo bi mum na emom no frɛ ye ni enchi okwan befa so abanu maduro no eno na betimi aboa na ama wa yaresa na ban tentem enso edi amount me pa cho number no 0244 718 557 and 0241 604 702 when the numbers are yedi juma for numbers ni sisi ana eni ji sema woman say numbers ya wo frɛ ye doctors na omo ye adro na ye penny Dr. James amu ankasa e pick call CB and have a team of able and competent doctors are omo ye adro na ne omo kasa nti wo fra me pa cho but money so be church said ye wo hawo ne yare no esitie ankasa che omo na ye mpe anopomasi bra enso emfama wo agan ana Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne ne capsules eye adro a me pa cho titidudo na ene akwakofa ede aba enka ne ne nanom no obo se duro no panoma taye adro bi wo kukuom ana se wo dasen mu no ma fa cap ombe se bi no ma nom ansa na oma ko munyuma so akwakoye ede so mo ye bia for the daily activities na bo mo ema hoden mapa etime ba na yade enta emme omo na imponi yade bi ene no aye too prevalent ana se meka se aye too easy senkofo nyane na saa time ne nanom ne nya bi ni na ne se na nnuro no omo nom no ena boa omo afi nnuane ano mu di no dodo na na ye duro ukọ China mema China ni beka cho se ma waduane enye waduro nti nnuane ano mu di na eboa omo ma omo timi enya apomden ama omo timi nyini che aduro e friend agan no the same formula titi dubena bitan hama ene akeka bom ene de aye agan Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules na aduro ni di juma hodo bebre utie me na wo de na akwakoye pains pa ebia meka se wakohye ase ema wo baabi abu anase bia wakohye ase wo baabi mu nemu muti eyawo ewo nipadua na kwa baabi ti se wo sisi a obehi aduro ni bi obu ase me de na chronic waist pain meka cho say irrespective of the chronicity of your waist pain no unya agan onim se sisi already akwa kwankro ana chronic da bi eyi e de afi ho ama ho nso etimi ato nti obi a ne sisi ne ya bia me patcho be comfort the amount afi nso obi a me patcho de ne sciatic pains me hwe intine fi oto ase ko wonam kokom no emu twetwen emu fimfim emu ye wo ya de a wo ye ho hye nya ebroni be ka se inexplicable ana se excruciating pains ana wunya e wo sciatic nerve ni ma edro no e ya gan Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules na afi waje pre-care natural powder ne de aka ho and I'm saying no pre-care natural powder ne ebo rent nim na afi moja na ada na kwakọ na ne no na Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture me patcho component ba ko a eye adwuma ye pa na ye friend endorphins no enso e ba rani peduan no mpanim na afi yi pains and I say ya woni na enso e de afi ho medical culture say ni peduan e complex machine akwa no we ji dwumadie ni kakra no de ama we na we enso di dwumadie ni kakra na endorphins ameka ho asem no eye nsuo bi agyen no ene release ebra ya wo be bebe ni padua na kwa babia no na neurotransmitter na send signal ne de akoma agyen ne se eya wo ba hanti yi endorphins man nko yi eya wo no na endorphins no ope ade e betimi a boost na timi a produce enough endorphins eno any a dry friend agan me kire nu bra nu tan ne hama ye de ya agan no baby biara pains ne wo no unya nom ko ni padua ma me patch ebeyi ni na de afi ho obi si machiri bramo kase no spinal cord no ene ya me da me ntimi nda me patch odiem eye agan Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules no ena wo behia wo ba na wo hye yen ana wo tie yen o menses no emma ebia be 6 months nie eko 1 year nie ye nie ba bi for 2 years 24 months na omu ni nsada ye ma ne kokoto aduro ni bi agan ni nsuo ne topaye ene ye ma ne prokese pa na ne ka hono richard enya asem keto akra wo no maduro no bottle ba kwa nie ene no afre ya odi asase ne menses no ahyase eba into your bana wo hye yen ebia na wo de ne emma ana wo de no nso eba nanum na miensa na nan na atwa ebia wo nso de ne eba na akina emma ade kina na ba menstrual intermittency no obehia gan make say ebia na eno nti akọ affect ana say affect wo libido ama watenka na atiko me pa cho bo modern say wo your ba na say no unhu umma ye ni ya eduro no eya gan Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules ebia na de me bobo so na bibi wo ho ama mo so ma me fa na mane ma bi na de wo afre na ka catch doctor and say doctor media ni 0244 718 557 and it was 0241 604 702 friends ya na kan wo die no na fa kire no afa we be ma na so o hwe ebia wo die no so libido na ateko na Richard ade ba kwa eya ne say oba ne be ma ebetena se awarefo na omuni na obiel ewo low libido na so matenka wo fom na eba sa ne do na dwo no kwa akoda bo say omu sleeping position na yekro bidi ne Tunisia bo say we de ne to no de ahia we na we so de ne to ahia because atenka bia anya dai eni ho nti uye mo ya awarefo na circumstances when I'm finding myself but money say on sabeka gan ni bi munya gan ni bi amononom any prekese para na beboa ama libido na tenka no atimi aba na bibia nso atimi aye kama enso di ama be ma bia wo hwe ebia na sebe odwunso a dwunso ne entimi maye ebi nso asebe umema ye no hu se ato ape anase nyoma bi atoche mo ho a but money say on sabeka du on saka duro na wa friend numbers a e wa duro no ho no na obomodia any doctors na kasa no ma chiro kwa befa so abenom no no na wonum eno ano no na afi abomoden ama bibia so atimi aye kama because enne na aduro ni nipa edi wadanse mo ne ye mema because edi mema na sempa e de mo ti be me bia me pacho sexually why weak no me pacho abomoden sa won sabeka gan ni bi eye premature ejaculation erectile dysfunction ni na no on saka gan ni bi betimi aboa na ma bibia so atimi aye kama de ama e bia na onso o hwe me utie me pacho o de na kwakoye koko sebe internal or external hemorrhoid e bia wo ko jawonan ya hu se moja eye bright red if you move body on sa ebeka agan na be hia agan ni bi na afi wano no ebeboa eyi sa nyoma ni nna de afi ho erectile prolapse be yebeka se eye kokobo obu ase be kogya na kokobo no eyi na apie bo mode se o hwe yen utie yen na o sa situation we mbia mo mode akwakoto agan ene pre-care natural powder ni bi na afi o de ujuma ebeboa ama bibia akokama na ma men control say pre-care natural powder friend pre-care powder ni de e boost immune system no ama nkomo na nya hoden mapa because nipa bia na se nkomo no ahoden a on ta yare na se nkomo na ahoden no to form a obose yade bia ba na be twa fa nipa bia nim ena me se asojafo a so munya ahoden na nkomo ne nkomo ne di akon no omo ayemre e basa ne oma enso entimi nkoye enti bomoden sa o hye ye utie ye na o de no akwakoye mepacho immune system na ho den wo form o tie yare a me pacho bo modern sa won sabeka pre-care prekese powder ni bi na entimi emwa eno no ne no edi wakagem aboa cardiovascular system no me hwe akoma no ne droban ne akoma ne ye adwuma no enansen hu se wo ye adwuma kakra bia na wabre e bia first nka utimi ye adwuma ba yesima anase don hwe be ye num 5 hours ansa na wate bre but ne no ye 30 minutes anase don hwe ba ko na afi wo hu se woni pa bia na se wabre bo modern sa won sabeka wo ye adwuma duro na jo ukofia untimi na money sa on sabeka pre-care natural powder ni bi online na esi from ne mpemade na so hu se asie na pija yade bi na ebo nka ye bomade sa on sabeka pre-care natural powder pre-care powder ni bi na afi hyasie no nom otowi afre ye na ye nchiro kan befa so abenom no na aboa ayi sa nyomani na de afi ho e de ama o heartbeat no akoma no ne droben no sen esi ye adwuma cardiovascular system no me pacho ni na no ene se on sabeka pre-care natural powder na Richard ye wo adanse ba ko e pese bo no quick one na ye wia na ya sorry na ye ko yenti obi adanse a wadi ere afa agan ho
omo ana omo film ni fanse ni kwani pokwa na mi mpram ho anya hwe it ni fanse 9 years yeah afternoon oh dog me dem tell me power of me na be it ni fanse 9 years money that can do I think fishing okay yeah omo ana omo film ni fanse ni kwani pokwa na mi mpram ho anya hwe nti be November December ya na me experience I should be me go try am ka chemse me cheche me cheche me cheche no mo say no nti no na me so say me so me tinu ni fo pa o de bia say me kan aga na me say de bia me go to say because one na mu experience so de bia ye me to ba ko ye de enka when say akle I say because me see me akro bi nka se bia me boa but you don't know no you don't know pa ni team wa oh why oh me dey pa me buy ni pa bi susu sa na me tell so ngo to bi e bo nya bo mo ma no bo kwa e de e di papa say there If you pass the dog, there's a man with the boy do because any the person under the
very, very interesting. You see, a drone, one woman drone, 8 years. And Okonya accident, but brown sa, but on your drone be on no one but who said Brunibabo, or Toby no means say, waste pains be beer echo. Now see on 2 don't found 300 cities. Retired who said the city. Or no man one was said young tone 300 cities. Now so there be young tone is a man of from said be 20 San be at me to be Richard Nabwa, be Camentino, but more than 7 Sabeka be one crime, and then in Patamuna, Ocean, and Utia, or call past ventures while being bi etumi etu no akwakoton ba ko so abenya bi wo Kumasi headquarters no PFA pharmacy ewo Tafo New Road ho okwa won sabeka bi afei so uruam ewo Colina Herbal wa Ashtown Dani enso wa Ashtown Misty ewo mrom ho na akwa won sabeka bi Freddy Mens Herbal no Rock Pillar omu na ewo kewo wo enkokwa anti akobam ewo nkokwa market ana Fab pharmacy ana afei Isaac pharmacy go so for no monko ja herbal on sabeka bi mem obehun bi obenya bi ewo Reta Herbal and so Richway Herbal Center ewo mem airport ko ha on sabon mode an so atimi aka bi Ghana ha baby etu no ton bia no boroma also pe agan Siemens Vita Herbal mixture and capsules and have a pre-care natural powder feno pre-care powder no my main phone number no na fresh cia 0244 718 557 and it was 0241 604 702 Richard Yako no wa uni ship dealer on the adreno dio no ma yema no no ka o se agan ni mu de sesebe se baya ase nti no da shi shana ni ebisa no ade kro kwaye o
dia da masepanti adreno odwa so se de ya chechem no na akotobi fufufu na asayade no atimi ade amount. All right, yento so na amwa automobile so no yenko na yenko spray en car ni na in fact oka bia opese esan eyefufro de ma no fako amwa automobile ni enye kama pa emfama 10% discount mpamto entwem ha mi kai se no so bi message mi ka chem se yedi bronya wi 10% no matwema na mpacho da bi omu entwem still na no okọ amwa ho a eye adwuma enti uka no opese body works ewo ho ye be line inside the man kenka car dealers na mudi cars if you abruchi de bagana no mu ne be kama wi a ne de akọhye ovinim ne spray car no etimi e de ama be wi nso no otumi se car no adwuma no asi so ho adwuma bia ne hu bia kama enso etimi e de ama ye wo Kumasi apem so Fair Junction hona no ana de friend 0244 465764 Bismarck Usubempa Ayala. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now what to say?
Oh, Nyamyadon BBI fine.
Benjamin Nanewa say I remember Ayala predicting Morocco Senegal final and hoping to see that. Also person final now.
Yeah, what do you name me kwa kusie?
Senegal Morocco.
Kenye ejabetomo.
Me ankasa I don't know. Hasa Afcon we ankasa no. Menya soft heart be am Nigerians and I don't know.
Okay, you
right from day one I'm sure match no. That's a me.
So media for me to be to platform so. Me referee say me dey be come production we do another project na edi hu nkomo kaka. Rich. My entire tonton yanko yenim. I don't know about you, but Rich, I feel so proud. Santo Asemenyo and so feeling no or the mammy no. And I may be some who say more a lot of more country players, big clubs no more performing. No. Is that how they feel anytime they watch their national team players? And they wait me a can no. I watch Semenyo now, especially when they keep saying, "Oh, Ghanaian." Let me tell me, say yes, that is one of our own. And I am in the say, the na all year were born motor na enkrofo recognize no. He needed a bigger platform. He has gotten that bigger platform and he's still delivering. And in the dinner na year bar na year bo. Meka no po me share prep interview bi na media man ebusa ne say onim say semenyo sign nche on shut down for an training and no mu bebre. So in this short time didn't wonya na brante na fitting to team no. Pep answer and say oh so we a winger. And Oba yes he didn't ball right back. He didn't ball as a winger. So he knows what to do as a winger. You no man getting keke. Any videos, any pictures be and they are showing how we go about your things and the guy settled in very, very well. And also step by step, or did you say even there will be more coming out of Abrantia, your friend Antoine Semenyo. Rich, it is not easy to make a move to a bigger club. The pressure, the bar. And it's no man. And to play only 2 games, score 3 and give 1 assist, and win both games in your man of the match. And this game happened at the St. James Park. The intensity, atmosphere, any day. Because at the time small club. But what about St. James against Newcastle? That was a big one for Abrantia, your friend Antoine Semenyo. So we will continue to wish him well. Now he didn't play about Atanachi, but he makes me feel very, very proud as a Ghanaian. Semenyo, any baby or baby do now. Now it's linked with Semenyo, any profile as a player, any blasters. And they say anybody AFCON komono. The picture I was talking about. Minister social media for a moment, mon project na yemfenu komo kitu Rich, and why a chance on this graphic? It is on WhatsApp or shall be komona yidino. Rich, can you believe say out of all the teams are a qualified call AFCON. Let me pick my phone. Rich, out of all the teams they call AFCON, only 4 countries and all players are register for the AFCON. Botswana, South Africa, Egypt, and Zambia. Omopena players omo call AFCON na. They were born Omukrum. Rich. Omo makani na. There are some of the players who were born outside the country that they were representing. Comoros, 96%. Reach 96% of players are Omusia Kaima Comoros national team at this AFCON were born outside the country. DR Congo 79%, Equatorial Guinea 68%, Algeria 57%, Morocco 43%, Tunisia 43%, Senegal 43%, Cameroon 36%, Mali 29%, Angola 29%, Gabon 29%, Ivory Coast 25%, Nigeria 18%, Benin 18%, Zimbabwe 14%, Uganda 14%, Mozambique 14%, Tanzania 7%, Burkina Faso 7%, and Sudan 2%. Now, Rich, what does it say? And what? And as a graphic way, I communicated to you, say, it means, look, am I going to trivialize it when we are discussing national team call-up? Now, for the say, and I say your team's like a bugger for uncle, and I'm a woman on it. Ne akọ form so mo mesia kan emfa emaye. Rich. Probably that is the current trend of African football.
nations omoya empono rich are chasing their foreign born players, and they do not care whether their facility any omo minor culture and yet involved in the development of the player. Once the player have an identity that can be traced to the country, no there, they will make sure say at least they will put forward a request say banababa.
Well, for example, Egypt. For Egypt, no one person to say. In the end, the national team no, yeah, friend players and local league no, and no players is so common thing.
Yes,
yeah, we be so common thing.
Yes,
and we now for foreign food be.
She country be say Morocco. Ushe Morocco percentage now it is striking.
Yeah.
She Algeria there no. Even look at Nigeria. Country be say Angola, Senegal, Cameroon. Hey. Ayana, I want us to raise these for educational purposes. Say that should be every partner in this platform. Radio be, TV be, they are discussing football in connection with maybe a Ghana Blasters, any FA be. Look, certain mindset of your national team no yemfa ma omo ewo wahana boga for no probably it means say you are not so conversant with the trend and ebe mo wakasa. You are not so conversant with it and ebe mo wakasa. So when say more the air corner, you open your mind and you see those kind of trend in that air costume.
But argument on me and say to Groma, say your league near one of the best. So if our league is one of the best, say your friend players for our national team, your league, you know, should get players almost free in league in Mukaku.
Nobody has said the Omokana correct.
It is a baby collapse baby. Now your league now you say you're one of the best, no players in Film Kobo and national team Libya. It means that's awesome now you can. Maybe any
which we are not even talking about league.
Okay.
We are talking about players that were born on foreign lands.
Okay.
And you players on foreign land. Say Kudus will not be part of this argument, even though he plays at Tottenham. But Semenyo will be, because he was born in the UK. Those are the players that we are talking about. Daniel Kofi Chiramo, Hans Anu Sape, Otu Ado. We are talking about players. They were not born in Ghana. They were born outside. They developed into professional footballers. But we say, oh, apparently we like Jiku. Jiku, ya won Ghana. Ya won Jiku of France. You get me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They don't feel Ghanaian.
You know, correct.
Ya won ha.
You know, correct.
You know, your culture ni eniyama be go onim.
So
said yes, eniyama no onim.
That is the reason why we say we've had tintin argument on that. But today we are being exposed to the numbers. To say out of the African countries a qualifier above this AFCON, only 4 and 100% of our players from the born on the soil of our country. The reasoning now have a certain percentage, even with some close to 98% of the players born outside the jurisdiction of our country. So say that is where the reasoning qua. So and you will not have some stringent arguments say you and accept that trend. It is bad. And then we are because I say Mr. Football a universal sport. Say a normal question a normal echo. Now we are why say what the tin treat you lose out of the competition. It does and you will be awesome. Obviously, you could say and go for set piece coaches who feel me. And
it's about boom.
If you decide not to, And you will be asking, but the fact of the matter is say those you will play against will use it against you.
Kwasi for say yes, but some of them are not committed to the team. Someone like Prince Boateng, Kevin.
You see,
Kevin, dear no.
Maybe I make say examples. Me say Kevin Prince Boateng. I do what saying.
They no committed.
Say there are stories of him being selective with matches any other. But Rich, how many players are you monone? And I'm see a kind of blasters, you know.
Committed.
And is Kevin Prince Boateng on the majority or the minority? And so why do you do selective examples just to suit your mindset and not the majority? Okay, if you mention Kevin Prince Boateng, also, what about Alexander Jiku? What about Daniel Kufiche? What about Antoine Semenyo?
Yeah, what about Jordan Munina?
Yes. What about those players too? Why don't you do example with the majority? Because to every rule there are exceptions. Maybe I could be you may get some few examples there and your man could. But what about the majority no? It's Rich.
Sure.
One day we will come back to it and we will bring it back. But this was just for educational purposes. Who and then 2 teams been able to find out on Sunday. That is what we are going to find out. When you certain team, yeah, you have 2 games. When why we take it? Now Sunday, I say me, my booking to take it and I will play in the finals of AFCON 2025. 2 games. The 4 countries now. Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria, Egypt. Senegal will date against Egypt 4 p.m. Ghana time. Then anywhere 7, there is Nigeria against Morocco. Now, Rich, Senegal against Egypt. What a match! Who say this same game was the finals of the AFCON. The year that Senegal won, I think in 2021. So much was played as the finals of the AFCON. Now, Rich, we are talking about 2 teams. Part to the finals of AFCON way. Our very, very distinct stories. Story about American Wansem. Over Senegal, Rich. Senegals are in the final because never started tournament, you know. Now open African countries are more form. Senegal was one of them. They had quality team, consistent team, quality players. And one form into Obiat episode Singabeyadi and true to their words, they've done war. But which you can't say same for Egypt. Egypt ever this tournament, you know, Rich, they were not one of the big boys when it comes to teams of more form on the continent. But you know, I can say it is Egypt. It is the most successful country all AFCON. No? And Anya Shekrano, they have Carter and game changers in their team. Trezeguet, Marmoush, then the biggest boy, Mo Salah. And Mesramo, AFCON, even though Egypt, you will not take them as one of your favorites. Only form the Breno, you can never underrate them. So we are talking about form, current form, and we are talking about pedigree. That is what you are going to watch and then you for Senegal, any team your friend Egypt. Good has been the Senegalese team. And then you and see a from Senegal camp and they say, yeah, Jackson, Nicolas Jackson, are trashing issues with Pap Thiaw, coach of Senegal. Wapacho, coaching is no problem, media chow. He starts as the center forward for the Senegalese team. Along him will be Sadio Mane and Ndiaye in attack. then that midfield now, I hear all the wonders for Senegal, marshaled and controlled by Idrissa Gana Gueye, Papi Gueye, and Abanti Efeni Diarra. Then the back four of Diop, Diatta as lateral defenders, and Koulibaly the captain, and the Akate, and Benjamin Mendy, and that Omupo Sinim. Edward Mendy, sorry. Now, Rich, this 4-3-3 against this 4-3-3 of Egypt. Now, Makase, sa Egypt team win. Rich Ocean Dia. I don't think Trezeguet will start our game way. It's still going to be Enam Ashore. That Ali, offensive midfielder, no, behind Omar Marmoush and Mo Salah. And Mr. Sebishege say Kim. All that I'll be looking at about your friend Idrissa Gana Gueye. Which and only one duty defensively to stop that guy. Send your bear. Egypt for the pinche game now. All that they are looking for is that guy in space. So sir, I saw in your ball now opportunity now our time to put in some person which one way away. And Senegal expected to dominate. They expected to carry the game to Egypt or more form. But one duty they must do, keep Salah and Marmoush in check. And make sure, say, and I'm assured, in your space to find them frequently. Because if I knew media, then there will be problem. Number 2, what kind of second goal now? Egypt, Eritrea, Ivory Coast, no. Sa kona na, Mo Salah 2 ya, Rabia. So Koulibaly and Niakate must watch Egypt almost set pieces so that they will not be surprised by Eno. Look, yes, we know now. Senegal have the Ivorian defeat to watch and say, look, even Yakusa game, the Ivorians were better than the Egyptians. But Omucho were no from 2-0. And they were chasing the game. This is Egypt. They are very, very experienced at this level. And now, see, you strength, you don't yet dealing with it. We believe that overall, you are a better team than them, and we beat them. Now, Rich, say, no, Senegal. Because apart from this squad, your tactical body, see, Rich, they have a better bench. This team is without Sao. It's Malasani Timbomo. Lamin Kamara Nihau. If they decide to bring in even players from the bench, Rich, Papa Sa Nihau, that Tottenham midfield only ha. Abanti Efeno 6. Our boy in experience La Liga only ha. If they really have quality on the bench, so game minister they decide say change this. I think say quality bench, everything I'm making the difference for Tima. Your friend is Senegal. It's my first prediction, and he said I tip Senegal say qualify ahead of Egypt.
Turn into the Akano, Yamboso Kekena.
No, which say obedient message by say. At the start of the AFCON, maker said, for me, the best 2 teams are Senegal and Morocco. And the chart not one. Yes, and the chart not two. But the Nigeria have a AFCON win. Emma, even though within yourself, you have kept Morocco so not qualify final, which will you better tell. Nigeria have been very, very solid at this tournament. And Mitier Iwobi, listen to what he said. Or say, for me, I feel like the difference at this AFCON is the family environment. There is unity. The coach has brought that out in the team. And so Utie Eric say, Algeria was a big test. Morocco will be a bigger test. Every game is a big test. We work as a family. We suffer together and win together. Which you may your game shopper. It's going to be very, very tough. Now, Makase, only Nigeria, idea beat teams, over awareness of Victor Osimhen. And they end up being punished by Lukman and Iwobi. This Moroccan team must watch it. So what I can say, o concentration na Osimhen ni movement on o shego cinema omo on the be pass be o from no enti yen no because all that Nigeria will do will finish up with him, which ubetu ni na Lukman ni Iwobi mo wiawo. And I'm mentioning Iwobi because which in this team last time I was trying to explain, indeed the Eni Onyeka does all the dirty works in the midfield for Nigeria. Iwobi have so much peace of mind to always look for an attacking instant pass. And Wayes are getting very, very well at this tournament. But Rich, can Nigeria prevent this Moroccan team from not scoring? Because this AFCON, Obiabo Nigeria baso, but at the back weakness, they've not been able to keep clean sheets. Except the game against Algeria. Okay. And Nigeria for the yard here. But Rich, they leak goals. And so only keep goals are. Rich, this is the host nation. They have the crowd, they have the beer, and they really have quality players. This is one match I race. I always say Kebumo game. That two teams in now qualify. But any about Coupe and Ebeko.
Do you come on?
I will go for Morocco.
Morocco, okay.
I will go for Morocco. For me, Rich, per minute prediction there. We will put Morocco here. We will put Senegal here. And so when we look at final, I think say a bit follow AFCON story now. I can say this AFCON has been the AFCON for the best teams, and the big boys. And for me, even before the tournament started, the two biggest boys on the continent is here per current form, Senegal and Morocco. And so we final, and that will be the prediction for the final. No, let's me sure we could need that. It's just a run through of it. Mr. Mamo Shayin. Insha TV, YouTube, you can see the course. Already, so these are the course. The rollover course, code no air one per rollover air one. BW Betway BW 3230891B. BW 3230891B. That is a rollover code, and the games, and so 2 codes. I think one is 15 gold, 15 odds, and the other is around 17 or so. First one for any games, BW 323-0A4E9 and a BW 323-0C920. And for today's course, and for the rollover, myself, come social media handles, course, now, bet me a fat, now, Ode, I let the Ode. Yes, I'm at 6. That was stadium.
How much is 6? How much are mine 6?
Ah, dang. Tiamas.
Now, don't go, Jana.
Oi, Gazali. Wasaba.
Aye. Gazali to bench there.
Sunday night and in the night stadium.
Okay.
And I'm also okay, so means that Wababe and Jumas.
Come on, so. Jonathan has said for to do, and I will commence about stadium. Oben comedy for inter schools and colleges are a shall say and then saying and then Yamano echo our Tilo
Richardo
now to say
Namiadomo, but I don't answer.
Yamiadomo, and Mr. Jumadiano a shall say no boy comedian echoes to say over Baba Stadium.
Richardo, Yama is for them in a Kwaba and Canberra Kumasi Babangara Sports Stadium. Now that's a inter school. Why is soccer competition? But I said, 2025. December no to get them before to share that the room or 2026 years and that's that time and that I'm a part of and I imagine in the team one
Fatilo
as usual.
Hello Tilo
And
hello
okay to be as now come I want to say VIP there you can't be there all students no and I have a show as usual I want to say here and I shall I want to come and be answer to my and that 8 games I was on the Soja. Now first game no now between Osome from any advantage. Game in the battle now say Osome actually I'm advantage from at a canon back. Now some look at the advantage almost free air competition. Second game now between Amaphobia or money or remind now game no now for Kerisado. First half Amas SC2 second half and Amas the focus very peaceful. 6-0 and a month SAM and our remind our say. Now coach from Gazali after the game. I mean opening the institution come out there. The game no one is also one of the night for Krama home cry. Also do we can play room. I said the boss will be in Saka. Almost more than 6 goals in Umpo. And I was saying that game no on the boss for me and the button Sancho. Also end of the part that was me game no. What you should be and no na Friday Omusha. I want that to start the game in and so to my fine at me at the Ama Omo. I'm able to say Amaphobia. Say you said competition this year, which we said 3, 4, 5, number supporter. But I must take competition that day. Or the end of this year, no one can say, or say I must have number this year. I must have 75 years. That's somebody anniversary. And it's all showing him that competition this time around. No, Amaphobia. It's me at the LSC or Monaso. Now the third game now between our Lady of Grace, Mr. Olat. Omune Kunadu Yadam. Now game no maybe in about assistant the name of game the daughter Olat and Kunadu Yadam. That's the race now we have listen full time no Olat SM Yensa Emma Kunadu Yadam. A Janum you know. But look at say we are not talking about the first between Kumasi High and I'll be a man you know and that's sort of kind of 8 game the boy that's about 4. That's a couple. Yeah, the end of the knock good. Then I don't know. You start to also now by the no. If you are the I start and the million of about 20th January 2026. Ricardo.
Hello, everyone in TM Founds here. Yeah, that's the report out the Abraham. Okay, it's an answer for to Abraham 8 matches so far. You have 4 into Aka 4. 4-9 more no man can so any new Adubiase. Na yenya adu James no so bebo St Jerome na yenya Okes o so bebo Esase Bontefu na St Hubert enso abo Jacobu entiano ne four matches so far no omunya emo na afi yewie ene enso de na high school ne adjustment na ebo ane na no say afi na omo eba bebo no anti am say yen so infuse dwumade ni so de na result na ba na
so far one na wini
so far no bosome from wini
e
ana amas social or man na
olak so
ashe anti yebenya amasa ya bobo ebosome frɛ ho nti eno so ebe another kaka
nti olaki twen ada high school
high school ne adjustment no mo so etimi eno mo abo
milo games ne ana de inter
he pass ho
oh yes
and the last time no be some say Richardo adentina drew inter schools na obekɔ stadium na hwa ma but Kotokoini has Ibrahima.
School games, no, different, yeah.
And students now at all.
And old boys, old students now, who are affiliation to be big. On Saturday night, I can say your clubs should consistently engage your supporters. Yes, they need to feel attached to Adieno. And they be more.
Clubs no majai. For instance, no majai.
Oh, rich.
How many attached to the community?
When was the last time I would say I didn't want to say the but even circles need a go answer.
Circles and that's all.
And I'm making the community based organized supporters no and only go answer. Now you are progressing your national supporters. How then do you take national supporters no new face na odiako a community based the first na circles that is the job of chairman of Usuare Mone and the executives. No, they must start doing it now. Attachment.
3 matches comes into ultimatum. 3 matches. I started with baby and Gold Stars game no.
You see, Rich. They be a mekasa same way now. Repeat it. Steady nipa. Obetia see how people deal with pressure. And I feel say e bi akoto company for ejiri say Karim Zito he does well under pressure. Say eduru maybe na the system become too relaxed for him. Onya resource. But uboni jaka kra na ono so dia co players ne so na omumi enu nyina me come na meka the technical team and the playing body na over then they react. If the making is true, then the Kotoko management should not relax in giving the team pressure. Rich, your sports team no. At least I have a fair idea how Obia dealing with how you want the person to work. And say trigger reaction there. You know how to trigger this person. Obuwa onene kasakama na osheni nkraya. Adechi obano will deliver ama. Obuwa okananim ompesa. And ompesa obekananim bi mu.
This time no be ye.
No ayana dey right. Say na be a omekananim. Obi wo so rich just bounce anu ache no kano no who say you want him to no yeah enti obi bu sasa unum say 3 games ultimatum no and the next game is Kotoko has. Have you realized that? And the 3 games ultimatum in your games kito Gold Stars Baseke and Heart of Lions has into Gold Stars away, Baseke home, Heart of Lions Pando, or both 3 games in the year. Pressure one us no. Say ultimate, I do 3 games now or twice. The next game, Baba against House of Folk. Rich, the ends will justify the means. See here, they are Kabebre, and me, I have presented my verdict on Karim Zito. I think that Kotokona Wabano, Rich, he is still not improved the team. Shoes now over feeling with Ogumno. Or maybe be extraordinary, but he has enjoyed a lot of peace of mind. And yes, Sana Kotokotie. Saubana Onyadia, which Unyasumji. And say, Karim Zito fat. And they pressure na man so say and I say yeah man the pressure do he will not be fair to the club because he has enjoyed relatively peace with the Juma no you know say oh compare with results no dey Kotoko na and on TS say probably the honeymoon is over. People have started saying say look we need to give you pressure for you to deliver or we need to sack you. He should accept it in good faith. Or you're a big coach in the context of the Ghanaian game.
You see, I am who's story now. Let me be some more questions. Enra, Sauti from communications, you're a suffer do good mind. Also, now the decision of the management, and it say, yes, your Jitum is a result in Yemen Kui. You're happy. But the timing, Ebi Amam for CM from Pam coaching is wrong. Enti yema coach no entos no nyene adwuma e be man support BS de ma no say na be obetumi man result na na I expect from a coach ene Kotoko no but from their main to say asama no another 3 months say e ultimatum jiro ho bo amayen no me yanya adwube and yem ama me no anya adwen na no pay say maybe okay en kan chere coach say 3 months we jiro ho yan cheka no Senabe as wadakra obenyane.
Sure.
Because anyasa say utie from the enra and asafuduku kachen. Any story na it is yamane 3 months now. as a boy black so coach say okay to us. Then the same management make catch coach say am 3 matches.
Good. So the issue then say internally you know you have to press some buttons.
Yeah.
But externally you don't want people to see say you are pressing panic button.
Okay.
That is what management is all about. Number 2, Rich, we can take a decision. Our big club say timing in tea. Ye be say ye shade kakra. But it doesn't mean say if the crisis deepened at any big club they will react.
So for example, maybe a 4 matches me can say sa NBC. Maybe a kotoko games ni normal Lucy. Then the communication and now want is oh you be my coach na to aso. But before it was no, any can say be more to us, but result no nyako result.
That is it. And Nhyira. Big clubs. Everybody statement babon. Yeta coach echi.
The next 2 matches here.
It doesn't mean say when you deepen the crisis, big clubs will not react. That has been the tradition of football across areas in nobody saw Xabi Alonso start coming. But and no maybe trigger big clubs they take decisions. And that is how it works. You don't want to throw the coach and the technical team under the bus in the eyes of the public. I will not expect Lawyer Safuduku to come in the media space. Your friend will share FM. Lawyer na yesema meeting about Obaya say I am money 3 matches. So why not the ebe. You don't speak like that in the public space.
Okay.
Until you calm the situation outside. But within at the end, you know how you are going to trigger the result that you want. And that is what they've done. And I think it is very, very fair. It is very, very fair. And Tiamanya said after a meeting, when they communicated it to Zito, Zito also went to training grounds and told the players, said, look, if you want to continue to see me as your coach, as someone paying for catch them in here, and born and Mama, your next 3 games here day anyway, starting from the baby and go stars game now. Monchra me, na me so mintimi nyina so nkonchera mpanyimfo say, "Saa ware ya menu mu nyina ye wo mu, we can continue." And the boy said, "Okay, coach, you're home."
Yeah,
ready yes,
baby and go stars.
Ready but which before we went any abano, young can't to say, baby I got a next no. This season, a no go area. Watch again. This is baby any thanks for young show more. Young conquest a draw credit. As someone yasam ketwa to the cobra.
And I'm proud to this game. I'm going to lose you.
Yeah.
Who is going to lose you away?
Yes. Until I will call money and I will visit the antenna from Africa and from Pomas who issues in Nano. On my back, Abedo baby mudan. Home games no solid 100. Yes, but feel on it dear. Until Kotoko was somebody po.
Dachi enkwe obiara ene wiase nyina adania ye computer na computer yi wa ye krado de se wonni practical skills ma passe ne Unions Practical Institute
and I who is it fantastic.
Every tournament, first match is not easy. Even though we scored 6, our boys were disciplined. Because all hands, sincerely speaking, I have to congratulate my technical staff, my assistant coaches, Coach Eric, and then Coach Raouf, and then Said. They are doing a yeoman job. They have done well by putting the players together. We were expecting that the game would have been difficult for us, but unfortunately, we had a soft game. We expect that even though we were expecting to get a difficult game, but it was too easy for us. our players made mistakes in the game tactically. We are trying to correct it tomorrow because tomorrow we are not going to play. We are going to work on it to see ourselves in a good shape so that at least the subsequent matches we can do better than what we have done so far today.
Muslim 1-2-1 against adversity.
I think every tournament first match is not easy. Even though we scored 6, our boys were disciplined. Because all hands, sincerely speaking, I have to congratulate my technical staff, my assistant coaches, Coach Eric and then Coach Raouf and then Said. They are doing a human job. They have done well by putting the players together. We were expecting that the game would have been difficult for us, but unfortunately we had a soft game. We expect that even though we were expecting to get a difficult game, but it was too easy for us. Our players made mistakes in the game.
2.25 million euros. And editor nti say you play about quadru. Yes, now you find high school Messi. Obo asekem. Dr. Keke support team na obe poso. Nti dey ask ya be almost 200,000-300,000 euros bi. E dey asomunti ya we she bad you all the best. Rich West Abegade any team kitwa. And also mom wa to su ya idi akroko nyina aye nimba jo bia ni age. Eddie Ama Branty friend Bajo Sile Kumasi, I think say Obia no. So we do football at Jinquandia. Cause Bobo community gala ni bima de chem so atonsu any communities no ba oyin hupie am obi am so ni bobo. Your friend high school Messi. Owe Kumasi high school abo games here kan wase mi wabobi. Is wa kosan mo. Na we 2.2 na we say ne be ko ni botom.
Why you see tam?
But you are because special. Why club the catch you because special.
Na bra boss is
which your point. But you need first person ready me chako mekano.
Pepe kaka.
Oh, say manager. Say ya wa be ball. Alicia Gigi we niti. But ene ye o say but you ba me mum na.
Okano.
Which sports no. Sadia na tibi yo.
Me guy girl bear crown na be man the story. Janet. Now the last year, you crowd friend I'm so massa. Unless Ayala some no can you 19.
Oh, okay. I was in the group friend.
I was in the crowd for reception say, and he had donated Tiana D and and I was uncle tea tape in you.
Of course.
Now you come on ye didn't come on. Yes, it's supposed to Mrs. Di Pabrabo.
Yes, and we not to Bajo.
It been out to a brandy.
But you obi on
Brandy no ba hobajibi. Oh, by so Obagana say so corner can.
Was that
sports.
So on
true football.
Yes. Overnight.
Na bra boss.
Na obi abehu no. Wa na onim de bia no. In the next vacation.
Ini number kwen so ko pen number. Ba you kai me.
Rich Yakabaju the so no. There are a lot of young guys
yeah.
They can take inspiration. Ebi oni badu na nam heya ye bobo. E wo say o bo no ye de ye ne mu a look ye ho ate na mu ni mre.
Abefa
Obi an ne time. Obi an ne mre. Ebi ana wo de ene di so. But you need to prepare yourself for it. Mr. Boys say no mo bobo community gala division 2, division 1 no. But you know about sekem. Be 2-3 years ya o rich. See we be our drew. Yankopon ayibi. Rich bet we see enkai obia say we a bet influencer Emma Betway. Enyu home film we a bet influencer Edema Betway. Be share bet e o Betway. O share bet e o Betway we are. We new code na da o bet ni so no. Share my betting community o nanfofo o WhatsApp pages o social media handle. Mankofo emfa o code no intra bet no. Omo the code no intra bet na. Betway say 4% of sika omudi betwa no omudi be ma wo code no eya odian enunti ana Betway si obia eye Betway influencer e wo Betway we do twam and eye exclusive betting company bia ni wiase a mo sa hye we e kan Betway nko aho undi 18 years dia unti mi twa bet we di 18 years dia wo ho akoya se utwa na wa bet responsibly Betway almost get way more bomba stores ese tukwan uko e business uko school and ase uko vacation upo bi obeboa mu anya visa upo flight tickets na ato na upo mo metima boa upo hotel bookings upo car rentals ana bibia fa konto hu bia no Bomba stores ese bra na omo entimi emwa we student we so ko amono ne kosua de ukoye internship e wa amono ne ana we plumber any worker driver carpenter ana be so tukwan na ukoye adwuma e wa amono ne a Bomba stores ebetimi aboa get connected to verify job offers, university placement and a global visa access and support from Bomba stores. Mr. Overtake AJ Ecocent Road no eho and a Bomba stores office from and as a WhatsApp yomo 0531 085235 0531 085235 and that's a 0261 671 686 0261 671 686 Bomba stores almost say the joy of tourism.
Sorry na adumka